Good evening. This is CEN, the Collective Entertainment Network. On tonight's broadcast, we return you to Fables of Asraya. I am joined tonight, of course, by my usual players, John, who will be playing Saren Caspian, Rose, who will be playing Sienna Belfor, and Ray, who will be playing Sir Theros. With that, this is typically the spot where we would make various announcements. Normally, this is a blank spot. However, I'm going to go ahead and say this at the top of the game. Um, Starting in June, I'm going to be taking a brief break so I can focus on a different creative project. And John is going to be taking over, running us through just a month-long game of Dragon's Flight. For those of you who don't know, we have a video on the building your own dragon, but Dragon's Flight is a source book which allows a player to actually play as their own dragon character, full of its own rules, unique mechanics, whole lot of fun stuff. John's going to be taking us through that. It is by 2C Gaming. Highly recommend it for those of you who are interested in that sort of thing, which, let's face it, if you're watching a D&D stream, you're interested in that sort of thing. So come and watch us, join in that. I will still be a player in that. I need a brief moment of clarity from being a GM for a month. With that said, let us return to our story of the Fables of Asraya. The bridge cities of Numa and Soma that connect the two sides of the continent across the Great Crevasse are, historically speaking, relatively new. Before them, the only way to reach the other side of the continent was either by ship, a long and arduous journey that depended on amicable elves or animal folk, or traveling north to where the Crevasse met the Crowns, hoping to avoid ambush by goblins, orcs, dragonkin, and territorial minotaur tribes, to say the least. Now, Numa and Soma are a rich trade route, a vital artery that brings the world together. However, the northern route is still in use, particularly by those who wish to avoid tariffs, permissions, inspections, questions, investigations, and wandering eyes that might notice cargo that shouldn't be cargo. After all, the northern route goes through the freelands, where people mind their own business. Reunited, and it felt so-so, the three of you decided to get together and take on yet another job out of the freelance, this time assisting an Imperium noble, or more specifically, a representative of an Imperium noble, with recovering their stolen iron carriage from a group of local bandits. However, you quite quickly learned that not everything is quite so simple. The bandits have become unusually aggressive recently, attacking people all over the place, under the influence of, according to your new friend Carl, a drug that seemed to enhance their strength. Equally disturbing is the involvement of a woman whom Sienna was able to catch a glimpse of in a vision, seemingly creating spines of her own flesh, as well as some sort of mysterious means of choking people. Regardless, you were able to convince a local, a young man named Carl, who is a former recruiter for the bandits, to bring you into the fold, so to speak, or at least Sienna and Theros, while Saren remains the covert ops, not yet quite yet seen face. With that, we return to Saren keeping his distance but keeping an eye on the group. Sienna and Theros, you are with Carl, still in town, not having quite yet vanished. Is there anything you wish to do before Carl begins leading you to the bandit camp? Touching base with Saren, touching base with Pogo, who you have sent off on God knows what adventure along with the familiars. Any resources you wish to gather. As a reminder, you all have 250 gold, which you were given as a down payment for taking the job with the Imperium Noble. You each receive another 500 gold once the job is completed.
I've got a 5-pound sack of money I'm going to use to beat somebody to death with.
Improvised weapon proficiency. It's useful.
I'll beat you with my loot.
I don't know if I can reach out to Quinn telepathically without
You should be
seeing
able
him.
to.
I can't? Okay, I'm gonna have him try to find Saren to, kind of, because I can talk with Quinn over a distance of, I think, of a mile with my familiar, so I want to make sure that Quinn stays with Saren so we can make sure that Saren's not, if we're getting led into a trap, I'd rather Saren know about the trap than, all three of us get stuck.
I can talk to you from a distance of 3 miles.
That's great. I'd feel better if I have Quinn.
He can fly. He can keep up. That's good.
Given that Quinn and it's Sod the Monkey King or Monkey God, correct? Given both, they're essentially, whether they want to be or not, they can act as a relay. Sod being connected to Saren and Quinn being connected to you, so you guys do have that as a relay if need be. Both of them do relay that Pogo apparently was given a job by the guy at the smoothie place to rescue a cat that had gotten caught in a tree, and he has been successful. However, Pogo is now stuck in a tree, and they request that you let them know before you summon them, just as they're trying to get Pogo to let go of the tree branch.
Sounds
like I just had a picture in my mind of Sod the Monkey God and Quinn the Flying Cat as like 1970s operators with like the hat and the sunglasses, smoking cigarettes, just working the switchboard.
That's hilarious.
They have their own little tree house somewhere where they've gotten this all set up.
And that's a perfect place for Pogo.
Yeah, he's just it's built on Pogo. Pogo has become the foundation for this. He's like, guys, please, I'm really scared of heights. Let me down. Help. But regardless, the day is yours. You have Carl with you. What would you like to do?
Venture forth.
Yeah, I agree. I got no prepping. I'm more of an improvisation kind of person anyway.
All right. With that, he leads you guys out of town, leads you into the woods nearby. Now, Carl himself is not necessarily. He's very average build, you would say. He does not look like someone who's necessarily very fit. He doesn't necessarily look like someone who you'd want to drop off in the middle of the woods and expect to survive on his own. Nevertheless, as he goes into these woods, this is obviously familiar territory for him. He moves through with great ease, great grace, even over spaces where you would think he should have a hard time moving through, hopping over this log, getting over here. There's very evident that his feet are just running on memory, just bouncing from spot to spot. He points out spots that you need to keep your feet away from, lets you know, hey, there's a soggy log there. Make sure you don't let your foot go through that there. That's a termite mound. There's an entire colony of fire ants in there. Do not set foot on that. But he is able to guide you quickly through these woods. Saren, not necessarily being quite as guided. How far are you following from?
So my plan was to use Noble Argento and to be up.
Okay.
It's going to
You
be up. Um, Last time I had prepped and I had given a bullet to Sienna. I said, "Hold this," and I know that the spell Locate Object has a range of 1,000 feet, so I was going to be up quite a ways. Hopefully, there's some low cloud cover I could aim at maybe 200 feet.
It's fairly
Um,
overcast. This is the base of the mountains. Technically, this plateau is right between the lowlands and the mountains, so it's overcast on a fairly consistent basis.
yep, so that I'm going to be back and up,
All right, awesome.
and I will be
Yeah,
holding
between
concentration on Pass Without Trace.
okay, yeah, honestly, between the two, you are able to very stealthily keep to the air. You're able to keep at good distance, and because you're a located object, no roll is required for you to be able to keep track of them. You like feel that constant ping of where they are located. Um, as the two of you, let me make sure I got my stuff situated. Make your way. Oh, I do not need to rotate you. I need you there. I need you two out of the way. As you guys make your way through the woods, and I'm going to bring you to our map. As you make your way on the Roll20 to the bandit camp. And send to token. By the way, it's let's see, Shift S. There's Carl. There's what Carl looks like. He's very depressed. His friends are all trying to kill him.
No, poor Carl.
Regardless, you guys might make your way out to. You start seeing this outcropping, this very obvious structuring of a wooden fence, sort of built from various different logs that have been chopped down. As you guys make your way, how do you guys want to approach? Carl is just walking straight forward. Are you guys following suit? What's
Uh,
the plan here?
I don't see why not. I mean, he's recruited us.
Yes, they were supposed to be recruits, and I mean, I'm good with the sword, so the more up close and personal me and Theros get, I feel like the better.
All right. So as you guys start making your way in,
Um,
uh,
John, is your Neuralink just with Sienna, or is it with me as well?
It can only be with one,
Okay.
and I honestly I don't remember which one of you I had tapped last week. I think it might have been Theros because you were in the bar,
Well,
and
you spend a good chunk in communication with Sienna because you guys were doing operation
then it'd be
and you were
her.
helping her out. Um, if you guys want, we can say you were able to find a good spot. If you want to connect to Theros, be connected to Theros instead, we can very easily say you guys able to coordinate a thing so you could casually connect to him on the way out.
I have a
Um,
secondary idea here. Um, is to alert the captain here is if we get into trouble, he's he's in cloud cover, can't really see us from what I'm imagining. But Theros is a lion and he has a roar, and that shit can be heard from like 5 miles away. And I figure that he'll figure that out.
It's a pretty good assumption. Also, every time I can talk to Quinn telepathically with relays, so anytime it's like, "Yep, that's signal, Quinn." That is the lion distress call.
oh, not what I wanted to do. That and that. All right, as you guys approach, uh, stepping out between this little barricade, and as you approach, it's this sort of narrowed, barricaded path that you guys come up on. There's a lot of just a lot of these trees seem to have been felled. But as you guys sort of approach, you first witness these three guys who are sort of guarding this particular entrance. Two of them look roughly about the same as Carl, roughly same build, pretty close to the same age. Um, However, one of these guys is just swollen, and I mean that not in the sense of he looks like he's been working out. I mean that in the sense of his muscles look almost like they've been ballooned, almost as if someone had pumped air into them. It's a very unnatural looking musculature as you approach, and it's very off-putting. Um, and even from just an initial basic read, anyone can tell that this is a guy who's looking for a reason to punch someone. Uh, but regardless, as you approach, Carl raises his hand and says, "Hey guys! Found a couple new recruits. While I was in town, totally was just in town, not at all running away, like I'm sure Jimothy probably was gonna try and say. But no, I'm here, guys. I'm back. I brought some new recruits. Yeah. Uh, one of the guys kind of comes forward, but Carl, you hold on, guys, hold on. One approaches. Carl, I thought you literally said you were quitting. I thought you said you couldn't put up with this. I literally covered for. I did kitchen duty for you. Like, look, things changed. I came to a realization that um fuck, help me out here, guys. Why did I come back?
Oh, Carl decided that being part of the group and continuing the goal of the bandits to be free and do as they please is much better than a life even in town where there are even just slightly stuffy rules.
Yes, the overwhelming tyranny of the threat of the Imperium in town was too overwhelming for Carl to sit by and do nothing, so he had to get back to the group in order to strengthen their bolster them, to tell them of that he's doing the right thing by gaining more recruits, because the
You know I can hear you.
I hope so.
Really, Carl, I never really thought of you as a political guy. Are you sure you should be a bandit? It's like, no, it's totally, yeah, that, totally that, yeah. So you should let us in, and so I can let the boss man know, what's going on. Um, yeah, it's totally it. Yeah. Oh, okay. They're good to come in. I was, yeah. You owe me cleaning duty, right? Fine. Steps aside as you guys sort of start continuing in. Uh, Carl's gonna start waltzing right in. If you guys want to take control of your own tokens.
Standing tall and proud.
As you pass Muscle Guy Theros, he clips you on the shoulder.
Uh, I have real muscle. I think he kind of clips into me and stammers.
He still doesn't. He's still like deliberate. It's not even like it's an accident. He like literally smacks into your shoulder, and you do feel it. But there is something weird about like the muscle impact. It does feel like his muscles are very squishy, but also like rubbery, almost.
All right. Uh, Theros does his best to like stonewall it, like it doesn't even bother him. And just kind of look at him up, down, and keep walking.
He just grins at you the entire time as you continue in. And as you continue in, there is quite a bit of activity going on in here. You move these guys up to the token layer. You see a variety of different of all these bandits around. Some of them obviously looking completely normal. Others, again, numerous of these ones who just have these weird, strange, swollen muscles. There is what looks like a sort of a fighting circle going on, um, roughly around in here, where one of these more heavily muscled guys looks like he is just pounding the shit out of one of the ordinary guys. And everyone, at least all these other muscular guys around him are just cheering him on, while the average bandits are just sort of staring on or trying not to like catch anyone's attention or anything like that. Off to the side, you see what a couple of these guys working on, like tending to different cauldrons and such. There are all sorts of sleeping bags on the ground. There's various tents, um, most of which are in various states of wear and tear, except for this guy way here in the back, the largest of all of these tents. It is very obvious that this one is much higher quality. It is much newer, much more larger, much more extravagant. Um, it's hard to see from this angle, but you swear you see furniture inside the tent from this angle. But yeah, this is what you see as you sort of come in. As Carl leads you in, Muscles McGee back here kind of follows along on the side. Um, some of the guys turn. They see you guys approaching. Carl kind of raises his hands. Hey guys, couple new recruits. Where's the big guy? They have to undergo initiation, right? We're still doing that, right? Right? Don't worry, you guys will do fine. We're doing initiation, right? Uh, Short order. One of these other guys pops out of the tent, along with another bandit. This one looking much. He looks properly built. Um, well built, strong. Definitely has a much more straight backed appearance to him as he kind of comes out of the tent, walks out, sees the commotion, sees you guys approaching along with Carl. You guys maybe have a little bit of time before he makes his way over to you. If you guys want to say or do anything real quick.
Good to Carl whisper, what is the initiation, just so we can be prepared?
It's really more of a it's kind of like an endurance game, so to speak. I'm sure you'll do fine. I mean, kind of looks over at Sienna, looks back at you. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will do fine.
And, big guy up there, red scarf, his name?
That's the boss. His name is Hank. He is in charge, sort of. Look, it's been weird here. Look, just play along for as best you can here for a bit.
Absolutely.
Hank sort of approaches as you guys all come on in. Carl kind of goes and steps over to the side. Well, not every day that we see a giant cat walk into our camp. Not every day we see such a. Not every day we see a woman come into our camp either. A couple snickers and elbow jabs behind him. So, why don't you introduce yourselves? What's your names?
I'm Sienna the Red.
And I am Bronzeheart.
Pretty fancy name there, Bronzeheart.
It was given, and it was earned.
What's a Leonin like you doing this far north? And looking to join bandits, of all things.
I feel many of you could identify with this. I'm rebelling against my family and their stupid rules.
There's a lot of nods. A lot of nods, not a grumbles of agreement. Make a quick persuasion check for me.
I'm skilled in this. Dirty 20.
Okay. And looks over to you, Sienna. Sienna the Red. Not every day a woman wants to become a bandit. What's your story?
I have a despise grudge against the Imperium, and after coming in back to my homelands, I have discovered part of the Imperium's plan to make us more like them, and I don't like that.
Go and give me a persuasion check. Or a deception check, whichever one you'd prefer.
I'm gonna re-roll that with a fate point. That's not any better.
It's a little better.
I mean, I guess 10's better than a nat 1, but not by much.
There's some grumbles of agreement and such, but you also distinctly feel that many of them are not looking at your face throughout this conversation. As he kind of nods. All right then. Well, unfortunately for you guys, before you join our lucrative family, there's a trial you have to undergo. Don't worry, it's a simple trial. We got to make sure that you have the endurance, the vitality, to stick with the best of us. Are you sure you're able to do this? There's no going back once you start.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to be.
Looks to you, Sienna.
She also wouldn't be here if she didn't want to be.
I was just waiting for him to get to the good part. You're starting to get exciting.
As the crowd splits, two of the bandits come through, each carrying a large keg with them, which they plant on the ground in front of you. The bandit leader takes out a sword, smacks through each of the tops, and you immediately smell the smell of alcohol.
No.
All right then.
I really miss
Test
Einar.
of endurance. First one to pass out has to clean the kitchen tonight. It's a drinking contest.
I really miss Einar, but I'm honestly a little. I think Sienna's a little disappointed. I'm like, oh, cool, we get to punch somebody. Nope, nope, it's drinking.
The thought went through Theros' mind. Teenage boys.
Yeah, that's all. I was like, oh man, I thought Theros was gonna have to get in the boxing ring with one of them, or something. And I'm like, oh man, it's just drinking.
You're expected to drink the entire keg. First one to pass out loses.
Alrighty.
Caspian, are you doing anything while this is the current? You were able to observe this, not necessarily in all the worded details, but you were able to observe this and aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out and I'm waiting for them to give me the signal. I see the kegs and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be up here all night.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be 3 Constitution saving throws. Let's get this first one going.
Dirty 20.
And it's 14, Sienna?
I was trying to run my portent.
I got
16.
16. All right. It's actually not bad as far as alcohol goes. But it's got a good kick to it. But you guys are both able to withstand it. And as a note, you guys are basically being have these kegs are being held up, and basically you are drinking these straight from the keg. Round two, go as you guys continue to drink, and this continues to pour down your throat.
22.
25.
You guys definitely no iron constitutions, guys.
We hung out with Einar
Yeah.
way too much. Yeah, I feel like he'd be disappointed in us if we didn't finish this.
This is water compared to the stuff Einar gave us.
Round three. Go for it.
21.
26.
21. Sienna, you actually finished before Theros. Theros,
I'm
there's a
from a
brief moment.
tavern.
There's a brief moment, Theros, where you take in the last of it and you're like, oh no. Oh no. You just kind of feel like nope, it's floating. It's floating. You just kind of grit your stomach and force it back down. And no, you are able to finish off the kegs entirely. Hank comes around, claps you both on the back, and says, "Welcome to the Bandits." It's a working title. We're gonna get to a better one here soon, hopefully. Everyone is cheering, guys, whether they're muscle bound or not. They're all celebrating. Two of these guys head off to go grab a couple more kegs. It looks like it's going to be a party. Being so close to him, you feel Hank stiffen up, though, as you guys see two figures walking across the camp towards you. One, familiar to you, Sienna. A tall, pale, gray-skinned woman. Hold on. Tall, pale-skinned woman. Gnarly-looking hands that you can see underneath her cloak. A pure white cloak, black lips, black eyes. As she follows behind another man, a little bit more normally dressed. There is something ominous about his presence, something familiar to him. You get a strange sensation like you've seen him somewhere before. Caspian, you start to get a small headache. Regardless, as you see these two coming across, the man begins to speak. Hank, what exactly is going on with all this noise and racket out here? Everyone goes quiet very quickly. Just welcoming two new recruits, Mr. Marcus. Nothing to be worried about. Nothing to be concerned of. Two new recruits. You two don't exactly look like people who'd be interested in banditry.
It's the last thing my family would expect. So that's why I'm here.
Judging by your figure, I'd peg you more for a mercenary.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, never hurt.
You hear the noise of a history check being made. And you don't look like you're rebelling against your family, and if you were, there'd be better places suited for it. Miss
Sienna. Rebelling against family? No. Rebelling against a government I have an issue overtaking my homeland? Yes. I'm more from farther north in the Freedlands, but I've traveled a lot with some work people would find questionable if it weren't the Freedlands. And when I got wind of a group that was seeming to put an end to things that I was also aiding in, I thought, why not ally our goals?
Hmm. Well, you have 2 new recruits. Keep the noise down. He turns and walks back towards the tent, woman following directly behind him quickly, and they vanish inside. It's a bit of an awkward tension for a moment before Hank says, "Well, we've got food, we've got drink. Let's celebrate. We have 2 new additions." don't don't mind him. He's a consultant. Nothing to be worried about. Just stay out of his way, and leans over to Theros. Don't hit on her.
Yeah, it wasn't the plan.
Regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, go forth, make friends, get to know your brand new family. Today, you are the Bandits. It's a working title. And for the time being, you guys have the camp to yourself. Various people head off to go do their different businesses. Some of the guys head off to the bonfire to go celebrate around there. Um, the most of the muscle bound guys, you do notice Theros seem to eye you a little bit here and there. But otherwise, you guys are left to your own devices for now. You are inside the bandit camp.
How many people are eyeing us, or is there a different number that's eyeing him than me? I'm trying to see if there at any point during the people that don't seem mutated or very intoxicated, if I could sneak away while they're busy watching Theros as a threat, or maybe get Theros getting into a boxing match with one of them, so we can sneak away while Saren can call in whatever strike he's planning on the 2 leaders.
Well, yeah,
Um,
Theros was planning on being the life of the party for Sienna to kind of slip away.
So that's what I was hoping the aim was.
Yeah, it was.
I'd
Really
say
miss
go
I really
ahead.
miss Oliver, though. I feel like he would really, punching drunken people. I feel like he'd be pretty good at this.
Go ahead and make a just a general insight check.
18?
18. Everyone is eyeing you guys every once in a while, every now and then. The more muscular, strange, mutated guys tend to eye Theros, though, more often than you. A lot of the more ordinary bandits, it looks like um, they're more shyly watching you. Um, and you get a general sense that you could, if there was a good enough distraction, you might be able to get away. Theros, not a chance. But you, given the right circumstance, given the right distraction, you might be able to make your escape.
Okay. I'm gonna, since I am telepathic, telepathically tell that to Theros, actually, that, hey, they seem to be eyeing you pretty heavily. If you get it cause enough of a disturbance, I might be able to slip away while to get the 2 of them on their own, so we don't have to fight them all at once, hopefully.
He just kind of his tail twitches and like brushes your leg, and he marches towards the center fire. You slap
Okay.
in and like, show me what you have. Show you drink and eat. Tell me of your tales of victory, and I will tell you of mine. You, weakling, and points to one swollen one. Bring me another cask.
Well done.
I'm gonna say give me an intimidation check, but based on your strength score.
Okay. That would be plus 6. That's 23.
23. He kind of looks at you real quick, and he looks like he's about to say something, and then he kind of looks you up and down. He looks at your axe, which despite the amount of work you've tried to put into it, you can't help you. There's no way to get that one bend part out of the way.
Yeah, it's a lot less of a U and more of a kind of a meh.
Yeah, it's still just there, and there's that little divot in it, which he kind of notices, and he kind of looks up for a moment, and he looks at the rest of you, kind of glares at you for a moment. He reaches over, he grabs one of the scrawnier bandits and yells at him to go get some more stuff. And he comes and he sits down across from the fire from you and just stares at you. But go ahead and give me a performance check to just kind of draw the attention to you.
All right. That would be a 19.
Okay. Um, you do what lions do really, really well. You become loud. You become loud. You become boisterous. You start telling about these stories. Um, and gradually speaking, you start gathering good portion of these guys are from around you. Even Hank, who is kind of retreated a little bit back towards the really nice tent, is still sort of listening, and some of these other guys are coming out. Um, Big guy, even from over by the gate over here, starts coming in from the side to kind of listen in. There's another guy who you were not even aware of, who's over here in the lower right, starts coming back in, leaves post and starts coming in. They all kind of start listening to you as you are kind of going on. Sienna, you are using this opportunity to try and sneak.
Yes.
All right. Uh, in the meantime, Caspian, while you were watching from above, you have this headache, this mild headache now, radiating, particularly from your eyes side. Are you doing anything, or are you just keeping watch for now, or?
I'm just keeping an eye out. I'm making sure, being that I'm experienced, I'm making sure that I'm not only looking down at my targets, but every so often I'm gazing around me and above me because I'm not the biggest thing that lives in the air, especially near mountains. Um, yeah. Um, so I'm just keeping an eye out around me, and I'm keeping an eye out below me, but I'm just
Okay.
waiting mostly.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I can do that. 1 second. Let's see which one of those is higher.
They're the same.
There we go.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks like
they're
they're the
the
same.
exact same. 36.
Okay.
And
Noted.
yeah,
I will keep that in mind.
very
Uh,
practiced at this.
all right. Sienna, you believe that Theros thoroughly has a fairly good distraction. The only person who seems to be giving you any attention is Carl, who's just kind of been keeping his eye on both of you guys, looking for some sort of direction as to what's going on. As a note, you have Carl for anything that you need him to do.
I'm gonna kind of tell him I'm gonna go find somewhere to use the little girl's room, and I'm gonna kind of use that to sneak away from him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. I would say at advantage because Theros is doing a good job of acting as a distraction.
I also have the Cloak of Elvenkind, so I have a nat 20,
Advantage
28
anyway,
for
yeah.
a 31, which also means they have disadvantage to try to spot me as well.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, you step back kind of into the shadowy perimeter, and you were able to basically just vanish from sight. Um, where would you like to go?
I'm going to try to reach out to Saren and tell him I'm headed to the big tent. I'm gonna make my way the far perimeter around, though. I don't want to go. I'm gonna ping the roll 20. I want to make my far way around. I don't want to try to go through noticed that way. I want to try to make the long way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, feel free to move your token. There we go. I actually missed this guy. You do notice there is one guy over here laying on the ground, completely passed out.
Alright, he looks sleeping, so I'm gonna keep going. I reached out to Sarah and asked him if he's ready to strike soon, but I didn't hear anything back.
And as you do start coming around on the backside, you do notice that while there is this wooden wall that continues on, there actually is a cave on the very back side of this encampment. I would say also because you are kind of stealthing around here and sneaking around here, you do notice what appear to be um, tracks, wheel tracks in the ground.
I almost think we should go in the cave first to see if that's where they went or see what's in there first.
What you doing?
I'm gonna reach out to Saren and tell him to meet me in the cave if he can get in there.
He should still be within range. So, Saren, you do receive this.
I'm just seeing what I have for that. I'll say, give me a minute, and I'll be there.
Alright, I'm gonna cautiously, keeping a lookout, keep going into the cave.
Okay. Um, it is dark in here. Do you have you do not have dark vision, correct?
No, I usually have my blade out, but I'm not gonna pull it out because it'll kind of give me away. So.
Okay. Um, there is there's little bits of light that's kind of coming from the bonfire. It still has a hard time sort of reaching this cave. Um, so you kind of do a thing where you're kind of trying to use your peripheral vision more to kind of see things, and you do feel like there are things in this cave. Um, and you do feel like you feel like on the edge of your vision as you're kind of rotating around, trying to use those peripherals more. You do feel like there is something large in this cave.
I'm gonna see if I can wait here for Sarah. And he said to give him a couple minutes. So I'm gonna see if I can wait because I can't see. I can't see until we start attacking people.
And that circumstance.
Yeah, I mean, because we saw the two people go into the tent. We didn't see if they came out the back or anything. Like walking around the back, there didn't look like there was a back tent flap or anything that could have
Not
come
that
back
you
here
saw.
with.
You didn't see any back entrance or anything from the tent.
All right, so here's my plan, GM. My plan is I want to have Noble Argento drop me off somewhere, far enough away from the camp that they're not going to hear or see us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sneak up using Pass Without Trace. And since Pass Without Trace is concentration, I don't think Alter Self was concentration. Let me double check that. But while I checked that, the plan was to do Alter Self to make myself look like not me, and then sneak into the camp.
Okay. Um, I would say, given the fact that you have an aerial companion carrying you, it'd be fairly easy for you to be able to drop down on any side of this. You're able to see this camp for the most part um, from above fairly easily. Um, and I would assume, given the telepathic connection, you guys can easily enough keep each other updated on like the layout of things.
Yeah, in the
concentration.
in the Roll20, I was sending him the layout of the camp as we were going through. So I told him about the southwest entrance was guarded. The southeast one didn't look guarded. You can work ways around the west side. I give him a basic layout as best I could, within like 6 seconds of time, and holding up conversations with people that were talking to me to not make it look suspicious that I went mute in the middle of a conversation for like 6 seconds.
Yeah. No, easily enough. So how would you? Yes, Theros.
To provide further distraction, I start bellowing out a story and gesturing and hoping to gain my party some advantage. Can I tell the story?
Yeah, go for it.
So, no shit, there I was. I found myself defending a town, pay me in gold. I stood against overwhelming odds as a barbarian horde led by a fearsome warlord. What was his name? Gorak marched upon this town. The skies grew dark and cold with the promise of battle. Fear glimpsed the hearts of the citizens, but I, Bronze Heart, yielded not to the despair. I stood with my axe in hand, and I charged into melee. The clash was fierce. Many enemies fell to my axe and blade, and their cries could be heard for miles. Finally, when I confronted Gorak, his sword clashed against my axe in a fierce duel, each strike reverberating through my very bones. With a deft moose maneuver, I chopped his arm off, disarming the warlord, and I stood over him, poised for the final blow. And as his horde watched me in stunned silence, I couldn't resist but to smirk as I looked down at Gorak. And I said, next time, Gorak, maybe bring a map, because this was a dead end. Woof!
Well done.
Take an inspiration. And then go ahead, roll performance check at advantage.
That was a 38 stealth check, Mason.
Performance is 21.
21. All right. So you pulling everyone's freaking attention. Everyone is like sitting down, or they're standing up, or they're like they've dragged something over to be able to sit on and listen to this story as you're presenting it. Caspian, as you are approaching from this southeastern side, you do notice there are guards on duty, tucked away in little hidden corners down here. However, they have their ears pressed up against the fence and are not paying attention whatsoever, trying to hear as much
Nice.
of this story as possible. And with your stealth check so freaking high, you effortlessly can just walk right past them. As they are just not even paying attention to anything that you are doing or anything that is coming through this gate. They are wrapped up in this story that is going on the inside.
All right, and for the disguise self spell, I wanted to make myself look more. When you picture a bandit in your mind, you have a very specific person that you see, right? He's not clean cut. He's not pretty. His teeth are a little messed up. But I am that guy, right? I am like Bluto from Popeye.
You
The
are
movie, not the
bandit number
cartoon.
3.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Soldier
Caspian
B.
becomes an NPC. Uh, yeah, feel free to move yourself into the camp. Make your way past the guy who is completely just out of it.
And as I approach, I'm going to say to Sienna, I'm going to say, I hope you'll forgive the lack of my typical rugged good looks.
Sienna, a strange bandit approaches you out of the dark.
I feel like it's because of the cockiness, though. I know it's Sarah, and I don't feel like
Yeah.
a bandit would be good with words. I contemplated, almost pull my sword, and then I'm like, yeah, no, you know too many good words for to be a bandit. You're not some small town bandit. You're from a city. You know big words.
I half expected to hear a political manifesto.
Yeah, that's Sarah. Let's go. Come on.
Saren, you have dark vision, correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. As you enter into this cave, your vision adjusts rather quickly, and you are able to see that there are indeed, um, there's loot in here. There are crates with various different tools. There's one with books, top of which is a political manifesto and why the Imperium sucks. Um,
Love that
there's
book.
another. There's another crate, which looks to be full of food stuff. There are things like potatoes. There's corn. There's bags of grain. There's all sorts of various different foods and dry food things in here. There's another section which looks like it's like a smaller cart that looks to have building materials on it. Cut stone, very high quality cut stone, timbers, and various other things. Um, and of course, dominating towards the back, kind of set off to its own self, is a large black iron carriage.
Telepathically to Sienna, I'm going to say, well, it looks like we were successful in our endeavors of locating this carriage. Now it's a matter of getting it out and punishing those responsible.
Telepathically back to Sarah, and I think we could get it out easily if we punish the people responsible first.
Indubitably.
I'm gonna telepathically tell them we should head that way now while they're thoroughly distracted by Theros. It should buy us some time before they catch wind of what we're doing to their leaders.
Pull a pistol.
Let's go. And as we're close, or when we start making my way out and go towards the tent, and then I'm gonna reach out to Theros and say, "Hey, we found the carriage. We haven't checked to see if anything's in there. We found the carriage. We're gonna go head towards the leaders. You'll know when it's time." Saren pulled a gun.
You hear chuckling. And he'll think real quick. Do you need another distraction? There's people close to the tent.
Could you spar with one of them for that boxing ring thing they were doing?
Oh, definitely.
All right, I'll wait for your go, and I'll relay it to Saren so he knows.
So I take it that one guy still mean mugging me.
Oh yeah, he's glaring at you from across the bonfire. He's been paying attention, but he's still sort of like glaring at you the whole way.
and he'll slap one of the lower guys who's come up, regular bandits who told a story. That's great and good. Glad she got what was coming to her. Now, I am liquored up and I'm feeling rowdy. Who wants to take on the Braveheart? How about you, you big bitch? And he points right to him.
I just heard that in Dwayne Johnson's voice. You sounded like The Rock. Well done, Ray.
Thank you.
Here's the brief moment where there's a quiet, almost like a quiet ripple that goes out before the guy kind of stands up and he's gonna run across, going straight for you and going for a punch. Oh, jeez. Let me bring up his character sheet.
I feel like this was The Rock versus Kevin Hart. Is The Rock just like stands up and then
Can you smell what Theros is cooking?
Yeah, he's gonna go straight for a punch. Let's see. That is ooh. Ooh.
Since I called him out, could I get a deck save to dodge?
Well, first he's checking to see if he can hit you, so it's just a roll to hit at this point. But it is a 21 to hit.
It would.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks one across your face.
Uh, so
And
Theros would like to have one of those moments where it hits. He turns his head. Ah, nice. Wham! Right back.
And you guys immediately start duking it out. Everyone starts pulling in. Everyone starts getting closer. Everyone like very quickly forms a circle around the two of you. There are people cheering. There are some people who are saying go for the legs, etc. All this crap is going on out in front. Even Hank comes over. He's like standing on the opposite side of the bonfire, cheering you guys on as you guys are going at this. Um, Sienna and Caspian. The way is essentially clear. You have a distinct feeling you could easily sneak into the tent.
That's the plan. I'm gonna sneak in.
Okay. I don't have a map for this, so bear with me. um, as you guys make your way inside the first antechamber, this tent is actually broken up into parts. Which all the more gives the reason that this tent really should not be here. Um, the ground is actually covered in rugs. As soon as you step inside, there is actual like rack set up for shoes. Um, Sort of dominating this first chamber is a table. It looks almost like a dining table, so to speak. There are candles on here that are lit. There are place settings set up, high quality place settings. It looks almost like that's fine china. That's actual silver. Um, there are bookshelves set up in here, and to either side of this room there are is tent flaps to the left, tent flap to the right, leading into additional chambers and rooms within this tent. But this immediate room appears to be some sort of almost like dining table or meeting area. Probably could function as both. There's a couple pieces of paper that are scattered on the table. Um, Almost looks like letters.
So whenever we go into the tent, once we get in there, I'm going to grab Sienna from behind and put the gun up to her head. I'm going to say, "Now tell me where they fucking are, or else."
I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. I swear. I promise. I don't know where they are.
Quietly.
I don't
Because if you
know.
get loud, my friend gets loud.
I don't know where they are. I'm new. I don't know. I just got here today. I don't know. I don't know where they went. I didn't. I only saw them come in here. I've never been here before.
Come with him, like dragging her. You know what I'm saying? Like she's my hostage.
If
You know what I
if
mean?
I'm near the table, I want to pull the tablecloth and like rip all the fine china off as I'm like trying to hold it, try to get like their attention to come out. Because I'm guessing that's the game, is like to get his attention. So I'm gonna like grab the tablecloth to see if like it'll shatter enough things, valuable china sets, to get their attention.
Okay.
Use my
Um,
special training.
as you guys start making this loud show, from the right hand side, temp flat comes out the man you had seen earlier, the one who had a very strange, I don't know, very strange familiarity to you, Sienna. As you guys are both in here, he steps out. It's like, what on earth is going on?
I immediately point the pistol towards him, and I'm like, "Not a word. I've come here, and I know who you are. Now, you're going to answer for your crimes, or else she gets it. If you want the lives of all of your men, then you're going to come quietly and surrender, or I'll kill every last damn one of you, starting with the pretty one."
Give me one tick. What's your armor class?
24.
24. You are able to see it coming before there's a brief flash in his eyes, and you see a pulse of psychic energy shoot directly towards your head as you're able to pull off to the side, out of the way as it goes firing out into the rest of the night. You're disturbing my sleep. Now either die or run away. I don't care which.
Wrong choice, buddy. Fireball.
In lieu of... What do you do?
Fireball.
Okay, I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative. He is gonna roll into initiative. She is gonna roll into initiative. Everybody's gonna roll into initiative.
Oh wait, you don't have to breathe.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm mostly I'm a whole lot of me's crystal, especially now.
All right, he's rolling initiative. She's rolling initiative. She's rolling initiative. Theros, go ahead and roll into initiative.
Natural 2022.
So add 7 to mine, so that's a 30.
Theros is within 60 feet. I get a fate point.
Theros, you said you rolled a 20 for 21?
22.
Okay.
It's a natural
22.
20. Grog
Okay, so
dice
who's after
coming
that?
into play tonight. Doing
And-
barbarian things.
Everyone else is also going to be onto this. That and that. The mass swarm of guys are all going to be going on the same turn. All right, so top of... Oh, did I just delete that?
Yes.
Fuck. No, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Hold on.
I'm very nervous.
Battle music.
Okay.
Battle music. Da, 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 da.
Do, 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 do. All right, you fire off a fireball as this begins. That's a dexterity saving throw, correct?
It is a dexterity save DC 17.
I need the fireball to go lower. There we go. He rolled a 23.
So he'll
So,
save
what's
for
my damage?
half. 1 second. I'm pull it up. Ooh, that's a whole lot of 6s. Let's
Damn.
see. 1, 2, and the War Mantle does not apply, so that's 4 plus, so 44, 22 on a save.
All right, he passed, so he
6,
takes
6,
22
4,
points of
5,
damage.
4, 4, 5, 6.
The room just freaking explodes. The table is just decimated. Silverware is flying everywhere. Things are on fire. An entire hole is blown out of the backside of this tent as this explosion goes off. But this man just still somehow manages to step through it. Singed, but still raring to go. That is your action. What's the rest of your turn?
Bonus action, I'm going to use Seeing defensively on myself, and I'm going to like fling Sienna to the side.
Okay.
Also,
like
as a
just
free
flavor
action, I'm
pushing
going
her out of the
to,
way.
yeah, just like getting her out from in front of me. I don't want to use her as a human shield, but I also don't want to give up the ruse just yet. That way she can hopefully like run up to this guy and act like they're allies or something. But I'm also going to drop concentration as a free action on Pass Without Trace.
Okay. That is it for your turn. We move on to.
And I'm going to say, for crimes against the Imperium and her citizens, you are under arrest.
That is going to bring us to Liana's turn. This strange, mysterious woman who, through the side, as there's part of this tent is sort of on fire and flapping. You just see a portion of this flap out of the way as she is going to run up, move straight in for Caspian, and she's going to make 2 attacks against you. As you see these, as she's running up, her cloak sort of billows open. She has very little clothing underneath, but you see as she reaches up towards her shoulder, there's a spike that grows out, which she grabs, pulls out of her own shoulder, and goes to stab you with.
First attack's at disadvantage because of seeing, and if she does hit me, I get to subtract from the damage.
All right, so at disadvantage, she rolled, looks like a 10. So that's a
10
miss.
does not hit.
All right, second attack is a 22, which I believe that still
22
does
does not hit.
As she goes and she starts swinging at you very deftly, but you are able to completely just dodge out of the way of all of her attacks as she's just swinging at you. Very cold, unfeeling expression on her face. She's also using her malleable physiology. Um, you notice that all along her skin, suddenly all the like thousands of these spikes, these small needle-like spikes, sprout across all her entire skin, even across her face as she charges towards you. That's going to be it for her turn. Theros.
Type of my quip.
What position am I and the big bitch in?
You guys are presently fisticuffs at the moment. Um, I will say, for the sake of convenience, you guys were sort of wrestling with each other, but with the sound of the explosion, you both instinctively sprung up onto your feet. You are where you are at on the map, but you're not engaged or anything like that. You just don't have any weapons in your hand at the moment.
Can I, from my position, can I see my friends at the mouth of this tent?
At this point, yes. If not for the fact that everyone is now looking directly in that direction, also for the fact that there is part of this tent is on fire and it is very much silhouetting them, and you see the sort of the silhouettes as they are starting to engage with each other.
Cool. I'm like, haha, playtime is over. Now the fun begins. And he's gonna reach with his opposite hand, pull his axe out, and just giant swing uppercut to the dude he was just fighting with the.
All
with
right,
the
go ahead and
axe.
make an attack roll.
Bonus action rage because I'm already took damage. So
You've been very pent up. You've been trying not to rage, and now it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, now we let this out.
Now we hit the fool. That is dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Where's the D12? That's not it. That's not it. That's it. Ooh, I don't like him much. 17.
All right, take 17 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, you swing right up through and get a nice gash across him. That's one attack.
Yep. So swings, pulls up, it reverse, brings him up, back around, and just baseball swing.
Nice.
Come on, run. 19.
19 will hit. Roll damage.
Another 17.
Got it. Yeah, no, double swings through this guy. You land these hits very, very fairly. You now become aware of the fact, however, that you are surrounded,
It's the best place
and
to
all of
be.
these guys just saw you attack their friend with an axe in what was supposed to be a fist fight.
Yeah. it's where I want to be. It's where all the fun is.
All right, that brings us to Sienna. You are up. You see Spiky Lady right next to you.
Okay. I'm gonna try to play into what Saren's still hoping for, which is to get me closer to him. So I'm gonna run from my position that he threw me from and run full speed to him like I'm trying to hide behind him.
Okay. Go and give me a deception check.
Does she get advantage because of the play acting, please? Merciful GM.
I'd say yeah. You guys did a good job of setting it up. You guys kind of set this up fairly well, so I will give her advantage on that.
25.
25.
Charisma's my
All
strong
right.
suit.
You feel like you are doing a good job. You feel like you are deceptive. Anything else?
Nope, I'm gonna play into it just for one more round, so I'm gonna dodge this time.
Okay, taking the dodge action. That brings us to end to anything. That brings us to end of your turn. It is now Marcus's turn. Marcus, still focused on this guy who just shot him with a fireball.
Explosive round.
With an explosive round. Uh, he's still going to concentrate at you, and he's going to focus fire a couple more blasts at you. That is. Hold on, close that. 23 to hit.
Miss by 1.
9 to hit. That's definitely not going to hit.
Whiff.
And last one's a 15. So all you
I
see,
saw it coming.
yeah, you see this concentration of like just psychic energy as he just raises a finger and fires off 3 blasts of psychic energy directly at you. You're able to perceive these, but you are starting to realize the reason why you had a headache not long ago, because this guy is also apparently some sort of psionic psychic user. That brings us to all of these guys. All the muscle bounds. Uh,
But don't forget my aura since I'm raging.
yep.
I
How
feel
big is
that.
that aura again, Ray?
What's that?
How big is your aura again?
Features traits. Class. Aura. 10.
Sounds right to me. There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
You like
Remind
that
me what
color?
this,
You want a different color?
That's fine.
remind me what this aura does.
So while he's in it, the guy I first attacked can't attack anybody.
Okay. And that's right. Disadvantage on any attacks if he tries to attack anyone else.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has disadvantage on any attack against me.
Okay. What is the disadvantage from?
My ancestral guardians, like, helping me fight.
Okay, I thought there was just disadvantage on fighting, attacking anyone else, but okay. No
The
worries.
first creature you hit with attack on your turn becomes the target of my warriors, which hinders
Mhm.
its attacks until the start of the next turn. The target has disadvantage on any roll that isn't against me.
Okay, so he has disadvantage on attacks against anyone other than you.
Yes.
So it's still normal attacks against you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And,
All
and
right.
if he does make an attack on somebody else, he has disadvantage, and that person has resistance to it.
Okay. These two back here are actually going to start making their way over here. 5, 10, 15, 20. They're going to come for Saren. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Really wish it would let you pull up the character sheet directly from the turn thing, but no, I have to go to here.
Well, if you hold Alt and double click the token, it'll pull up the character sheet that way.
Gotcha. Thank you. That is good to know. All right, they are both going to make attacks against you at advantage because of reckless. One of those is a natural 20, and the other one is 12.
12's not going to hit. Let's see if I have a reaction for that. 1 second. I think I have something called Flicker. Here we go. What's that do? Until the start of your next turn, one reaction. When you take damage, starting your next turn, each time you take damage, including trigger attack, roll a d4. On a 2, you have resistance. On a 4, you don't take anything. I don't want to do that. I'll take the crit.
Okay, so that's going to be 12 plus. I already rolled that, right?
Yep, it looks like he rolled a 4 plus 11.
Okay, so then that'll be 23. Or no.
Oh, yeah, because brutal critical. So the first attack
Yeah.
was a 4, so it'd be,
So,
12 plus 4,
4.
16?
Yes.
All right, because of seeing, I subtract 3.
Okay, so you say take 16 points of slashing damage from that guy. The other one misses entirely. The rest of these guys are all going to crowd in on you, Ray.
All right.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I knew it was coming. It's my job.
All right, you're going to be taking. They are all going to reckless. You're going to be taking 9 attacks at advantage. John, is there a faster way to do this? I remember you during the Asmodeus challenge, you were able to do a lot of rolls all in one go.
Yeah, I mean, I just clicked the button 9 times.
Oh, okay.
Since we have it set to where NPCs auto-roll damage and auto-roll at advantage and disadvantage, it makes it a whole lot quicker. You just got to click their Great Axe attack 9 times.
All right, Ray, what's my AC?
Yeah,
That
15.
I'm looking for? 15. That's 1, 2. You said 15?
Yep. 4.
Ray, you said 15?
Yes.
All right. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits and a crit. That is 9, 13,
12 plus
22,
11
20.
is... That's everything after his resistances is 30. After his resistances for everything but the crit.
Okay, so that's 30 altogether?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 30 after post resistances, so 30 points of damage taken off.
And then the crit's going to be in another 11 on top of that.
Okay, to add another 11 on it. Gonna trust the math.
I've got
All
roll
right.
20 doing the math for me.
All right. That is it for their turn. Ray, also note that attack on any of those guys is now also at advantage because they all use reckless.
Yes.
All right, that brings us to Hank. Hank, the bandit captain. What is Hank the bandit captain gonna do? Nothing going on there. He does not. He's gonna leave his men to deal with the Leonid. He's gonna make his way over here. There's no real space for him to be able to get in. So he's going to take the dodge action in the meantime because there's no way for him to get into the tent at the moment without cycling all the way around. That brings us to Ye Ordinary Bandits, who are all of them are pulling out crossbows. I'm gonna say they weren't really ready for all this, and they have not really been combat ready for quite some time, so they are all just going to be prepping by taking out their crossbows. These guys on the outer side, however, are going to wake up and start coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's actually going to dash. He's going to get himself to there. That is going to be their turn. Top of the round. Caspian, you have these guys right on top of you. You got the bandit captain Hank, who's coming around, leering behind you. And Sienna in the back corner with the weird guy who's shooting psychic blasts at you.
I'm going to load a specialty round into my pistol, and I'm going to point past the guys outside, and I would like to cast Fire Cyclone.
Frick. What does this do? Yikes.
You summon you cause a cyclone made of flames, with a height 30 feet tall. Mine's 10 foot wide because of reasons, because of the specialty. But when a creature starts its turn inside that circle of fire, it must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 fire damage and is flung 15 feet up and 15 feet away. On a successful save, it takes half as much and it's not flung. When a creature is not inside the radius but within 30 feet of its center, it still feels the draw and it must spend double movement to move away from the cyclone. If it's outside but within within the orange, it must make a strength saving throw and be pulled towards it.
Ow.
As I just
All right.
shoot and summon a flaming tornado.
Okay. Creature starts outside the turn. Circles radius. Okay. So that is basically everyone needs to be making this save every round at the start of their turn. If I'm reading that correctly. Or are you able to do it
Everybody in the
target?
orange, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It doesn't affect me. It affects all of them.
Okay.
And that guy in particular, I guess that's Hank, right, with the bandana.
Mhm.
He needs to make a strength save right now. DC 17, or else he's going to take 17, 18, and 2, 4, 17, 18.
That's a
And...
10.
Okay. Let me count. Yep, that's 2, not 7. So it's going to be 2, 3, 3, and 17 is 20 points of fire damage. And he gets flung 15 feet in the air and 15 feet away in a random direction. Let me roll
Roll
a
a
d8 for
D8.
the random direction. 2, so that is
Roll.
up and to the left. 15 feet.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then he is 15 feet up as well.
Well, he gets flung 15 feet up. He gets launched across. He takes 8 points of fall damage. Since he took fall damage, he lands prone.
Okay.
And, on his turn, he's going to have to save again. That's my action.
Okay. Noted.
Told you guys I had special bullet. Bonus action, I'm going to use Seeing defensively on myself.
Okay.
But when I do, I'm going to use... Haha, there's a prefix for Seeing. There we go. I'm going to use... I want to use... Where to go? Positioning Seeing, because I'm spending side points on it when I cast it. So I get to move 10 feet without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Go for it.
Yep, I'm going to move outside the tent.
Okay. Not easy enough. Yeah, you're able to squeeze straight through there. That works. All right. That brings us to the end of your turn. That brings us to Liana, who needs to make a strength save, I believe.
It is a strength save, or she's going to get pulled 10 feet. She gets pulled 10 feet to the center.
Okay. So she is pulled 5, 10. She now hits the cyclone.
Yep, so
Does
that's
she get
going to
thrown up
be...
or?
It's another strength save because she touched the center.
Okay.
But this one is going to be 12 plus 5 is 17, and 2 is 19 points of damage. Half on a save. 16 is a fail.
Yep.
She takes 17 points of fire damage, 8 points of fall damage. It gets thrown 15 feet in a random direction.
She actually gains a fly speed this round. Because at the top of her turn, her malleable physiology triggers. Seeing this tornado and being pulled towards it, she is going to give herself wings. As you see from underneath her cloak, these these bizarre, leathery, fleshy wings made of her own skin spread out as she is thrown 15 feet up in the air. She still gets thrown 15 feet in a random direction, correct?
She does get thrown 15 feet in a random direction, and every foot she moves flying is counts as 3 feet. So it's even harder to fly close to this thing.
Yeah. All right,
But
go ahead
yeah,
and roll for the random direction.
3, 1, 2, 3. So to the left.
Okay. So she hits that thing, she goes up in the center, she comes out going 5, 10, 15. So she is over there.
Yep, and she's 15 feet in the air. That is a Kibbles Tasty spell. I love his spells.
No, that is a very intense spell. I think it's awesome. All right. For the rest of her turn,
Yep.
seeing all this stuff going on, seeing this freaking tornado, um, she's unfamiliar with this magic. She is going to no, she's going to keep concentrating on you as you see these again these additional shards start pulling out of her skin, and then they start flying towards you. She's going to make 2 ranged attacks against you, neither of which are going to hit. As she fires off these pins at you. And then given this distance, let's see. She does not like being this close to this cyclone, so she's going to move a little bit further away. You said 3 feet for 3 additional feet, or
Every square counts as 15 feet.
okay. She's gonna go 5 and then 10, and she's gonna get to there. That brings an end to her turn. It now is Theros. You are surrounded, and you need to make a strength saving throw.
I figured that hitting him with a strength save would be okay.
Yup, I am raging, therefore advantage.
You rage, therefore you are.
Rage, therefore I am. Ooh, wonderful. Oh, that would be a 23.
Yeah, you'll be good. All right. So he's doesn't move, and then that's it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest of it only happens if they touch my donut of death.
All right.
Sir Theros, seeing that he's surrounded, would like to release a daunting roar. And everybody in 10 feet of me needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
What's my DC?
14.
Okay, that's straight rolls. Uh, what was the distance? 15?
14. 10. So in my
10 feet.
aura.
Okay, so it's just those berserkers.
Yeah.
DC 14. Fail, fail, pass, fail. Major fail. I'm gonna say major fail is the guy you've damaged. Um, fail, pass. So I got 1, 2, 3. 4 of them passed. And it's what's the effect if they fail?
They're frightened of me till the end of my next turn.
Okay. Let me give them the Afeard. I can't. What is the Afeard? I can't. There it is.
That's the feared icon.
2, 3,
Not
4.
panic.
All right. That's a bonus action, correct?
Yep.
Nice. Still got your action.
Yep. The guy I've been hitting. How does old muscles there look?
He's got some gashes in him, but he still looks like fighting fit. You get the distinct feeling that these guys uh, have they've got a good durability. Part of whatever it is that's enhancing them is giving them a good, healthy chunk of durability.
All right.
Even hitting him, you feel like you're hitting something rubbery.
Got two options: stay and swing, probably get some swings at me. Though I did see 2 people just get flung. I trust Caspian and his fire magic.
Yeah, there's this weird fiery tornado thing that just showed up.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to make a hole for myself by killing the guy I've been hitting.
All right, go for it.
At advantage. Would be a natural 20.
That'll hit.
Good luck, dice.
I get another fate point.
Get him back in his tent, soaking up power from this fight.
So that's we're doing brutal criticals like we normally do.
Yep.
All right. So
Maximize first dice. Roll second dice.
So that would be 27.
All right, 27.
Still standing.
All right. He's bloody, but he's still standing.
One more time. That was crit vision. So that was I see that'd be 27 to hit.
27 hit, it will hit. Roll damage.
And that will be 14.
All right, he's still standing.
Oy.
Theros, by the way, what's your HP right now?
We're looking at a 35.
Gotcha.
Potions are item interaction, which are free.
Yeah. You get one free item interaction per round.
Okay. I have a greater healing.
Or no. I'm sorry. Potions are bonus action if it's for yourself. Action if it's for someone else.
Okay. Then we're cool.
What am I saying? I'm going crazy. All right.
Almost had it.
Sienna, it is your turn. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, I'm not good at this. Okay, I got a natural 20, and that's probably the only time I'm going to do that on a strength save.
You got 2 natural 20s.
And you get a fate point.
I add 2 to strength saves.
Still playing the damsel in distress. You've somehow found like one of the tent pegs that you're clinging to.
No, don't hurt me.
I am going to cast a spell on this guy. And let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to use the crippling agony. Whenever the creature moves more than half its movement or takes an action, it'll take a d6 of necrotic damage.
Okay.
He needs to make a con save.
He rolled a 5.
Yay. He is cursed. And can I step and more into this tent with this image? I would like to be out of this thing.
You can. I'd say yeah. You can step more to the edge of the tent. Yeah.
I'd like to get out of the tornado.
As you have to cast a spell at him, though, he is going to take an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
As you see him very quickly pulling out a short sword, which he's going to stab at you with. That's a roll a 10. Come on, dude. Yeah, he rolls a 10. Misses you entirely, but he is very aware that you are apparently not necessarily on his side.
No,
He takes
and
a d6 of damage. He took a lowercase a action.
Crippling damage from
Takes a action.
Oh, it takes an. Is it an action or does a reaction count towards that?
It's a lowercase a action, so it doesn't mean an action on your turn. It means.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Yay, Kibble's tasty. D6. That's 3.
Okay. 3 points of necrotic damage. So you stepped away. You cast a spell. Are you doing anything else?
I don't have a curse right now. It'd be a free item or extra pull out my sword, so I'm gonna do that. It's not a bonus action to summon Quinn, so I'm gonna wait for that. Yep, I think that's my turn.
Okay. It is now his turn. He is going to first make a strength save.
You said make a strength save.
Uh, 17.
Is the
He
save.
saved. He's gonna take a step towards you, Sienna.
That's 10 feet.
Hmm?
I was just saying that's 10 feet of movement.
Oh, okay. So he spends 10 feet of movement, takes one step towards you, looks at you and says, "Now I recognize you. You're one of Lockhart's brats, aren't you?" And he's gonna stab at you with his short sword. That is a 23 to hit.
I would like him to re-roll that using 2 fate points.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Ouch.
All right, you take 8 points of slashing and 14 points of psychic damage as this blade stabs towards you, slides into you, and there's this pulse of psychic energy that runs from his hand down the blade towards you. Now that you have taken psychic damage from him, he's going to use his next attack action. He's going to have you make a wisdom saving throw.
Nope, that's a 16.
Okay. As he uses his Gasp to Survive ability, you take 13 points of psychic damage, and you are suffocating. You are, let's see, as you feel almost like this pressure around your neck, crushing your throat, feeling like there's a hand pressing into you, cutting off your oxygen supply. Start of each of your turns. At the start of your turn, you'll make another DC Wisdom saving throw. If you've taken psychic damage since the start of your prior turn, you have disadvantage on it, and other things that will come in handy. And then as he pulls his sword back after inflicting that on you, he brings his sword around. And he's going to make another stab attack at you with the short sword for his final attack, and that is a natural 20. Oh god, this is going to hurt. That's 18, 24. Gosh dang it, I don't like doing it this way. That is 6, 6, 12. That is 16 points of piercing damage, or slashing damage, I'm sorry. And thank you, John. Altogether, 47 points of damage.
43, I'm sorry. I put 4 extra points in there.
43 points of damage altogether.
That is a very brutal critical.
Yeah. And Sienna hits 0. All right. As she goes down inside the tent. Thankfully, you're outside of that twister. Otherwise, that'd be really freaking bad. That brings an end though to his turn. Oh, D6 for your necrotic damage from when he did attack you. Okay, so he takes another 5 points of necrotic damage. That brings an end to his turn. That brings us to the Berserkers.
Strength saves.
Who, let's see, 4 of these guys are at disadvantage.
Don't they have to do the strength saves first?
They do. So that's 8 of them.
4 of them are at disadvantage because of frightened now.
Frighten only affects skill checks,
Oh, okay.
I believe. Let me double check.
You keep doing your thing. I'll look for you.
Yeah. Okay. So a bunch of them do get pulled away.
Ability checks and attacks roll while in sight of its sphere of its source of fear.
All right. So let's see. That's one. DC is 17, correct?
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4 of them get pulled away. Get pulled towards it. That one. That one. That one. And that one. Okay, so Cytheros, you see a couple of these guys, they just get blown right past you. A couple of these other guys get pulled towards it. It's 10 feet, correct?
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5. And that guy. All right, so a good chunk of these guys, you just see them kind of get lifted up and thrown towards this twister. They are. This guy's going to take 10 feet of movement, go back into position. 10 feet of movement, get back into position. Those two cannot get closer. And this guy, because of the fear effect, and this guy is going to go.
That guy shouldn't have been able to do it either.
Oh, you are correct. So he stays there. This guy then is going to go 10, 20, and get back in there. All right. Mr. Fearbody gets a single attack, which is a straight roll, regardless of if he rolls reckless or not, which is a miss. And then I have how many more left? 4, looks like.
Yeah.
2, 4. 2 of those hits. That is altogether 19 points of slashing damage, all reckless.
So that is
which then gets cut down to 10.
Trust the process.
Oh no, you're right. 9. I'm sorry.
Plus 1. So it was actually 9 damage.
Yeah, it's actually 9. I apologize. John did it right. I kept. It's roll down, not roll up. Or, yeah. All right. So those guys, they're just still like trying. You have got yourself firmly planted. You see these guys go floating by. A couple of them manage to kind of get back to you and start still trying to lay into you. That brings an end to their turn. That brings us to El Capitan, who needs to make a save.
Oh, Hank.
Poor old Hank. He just wanted his guys to have a good time. He fails. He moves 10 feet towards the thing. 5, 10. He is just on the outside of it. He uses half of his movement speed to stand up. He's go to there. And he is going to, seeing you nearby, he's going to make 2 scimitar attacks against you.
Disadvantage.
All right, first one or all of them?
The first one is at disadvantage.
All right, that's a 13. And second one's a 21. Neither of them are going to hit. He's used his remaining attack to make a melee attack, which is also 21, also doesn't hit. It goes to just stab at you, and you've dealt with orc hordes. This is like child's play for you. That is going to bring an end to his turn.
Right, I see it coming, so I'm just like.
Yep. Let's see. I've got 5 of these guys inside the tornado for the regular bandits. Or inside of that thing. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4.
One save.
That is 1 success. Which I'm going to say is this little guy way back here. Oh, I'm sorry. One more.
2 successes.
We also rolled a nat 20. Side note, Sienna, those are 2 nat 20s. I don't know if, well, yeah. So it goes there, 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 and those 2 on the side will stay where they are. I'm gonna honestly say these guys are thinking, "Fuck this! This is more than what we signed up for," and they are going to try and make a run for it.
Remember, it's difficult
They don't
terrain.
do this. This is freaking pillar of fire in the middle of their camp.
It's pulling people to them and chucking them.
Yeah, there's a freaking fire tornado in the middle of their camp trying to kill everybody. These guys are gonna dash out. They are making a break for it. They are trying to get out of that space as quick as possible. Um, which brings us to the end of the round. And then there's still these 2 back here who are still just cooking dinner. That brings us to Caspian.
I need Marcus to make a con save as I say, "No, you over here," and I'm gonna hit him with a vortex orb.
Constitution is not where he is a Viking.
Oh, he
He's rolled
teleports
a
to the middle of
2.
the tornado.
All right.
Yeet.
Boom.
And yeet.
Yep. So he gets thrown straight up, correct? Or is that
Yep.
on his turn?
It's because he touched it. It's the first time on a turn or when they start a turn. So that's a strength save on his part.
Okay. That is a 12.
So that's going to be 14 and 6 is 20 points of that's 20 points of fire damage, 7 points of fall damage. He goes an 8, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's up and to the right.
So back in the direction he came from.
Well, now he gets thrown on top of the tent.
Yeah.
Um,
I would arguably
and he
say
is
that
prone.
the tent kind of breaks his fall a little bit there. Because that is a nice sort of kind of squishy object. How tall is it again? You said 20 feet up?
The cyclone itself is 30 feet up, but he gets thrown 15 feet up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that the tent actually will kind of break that damage a little bit because you kind of get thrown into it a little. All right.
And then I'm going to bonus action seeing on myself.
Okay.
Defensively.
Defensive? All right. And that brings us to Liana, who has to make a roll.
Yep, strength save.
Strength save. She rolled a 7. She is pulled 10 feet towards the cyclone. 5. 10 feet of there. All right. She's learning that dealing with you is rather difficult. She's going to drop down to the ground. So she's going to come back to ground level. We've got things going over there. She's going to go 10 feet up that way. Nah, she's still going to try and hit you. They got things covered on the Leonin down there. Whoever the frick that guy is and whatever's going on with them, that's their business. She's going to stay concentrated on you. She's going to launch 2 bone shards at you. Which neither of them are going to hit. No, you keep deflecting these guys. That is going to bring an end to her turn. Theros, strength saving throw.
Uh, 22.
22. All right, you are good.
Action. Disengage.
Okay. So you're using an action to disengage. Keep in mind it's 10 feet, right?
Every square is 10 feet.
Every square is 10 feet of your movement.
It's pseudo difficult terrain. So like if I were to cast it on actual difficult terrain, it would still count or still stack because it doesn't say it's difficult terrain.
You
But
basically just don't move.
Yeah. Well, I mean, could you imagine someone concentrating on this, someone concentrating on spike growth, and someone concentrating on something that actually gives difficult terrain?
Mhm.
You're not going anywhere.
You do not move.
Every
All
square would
movement
count
is-
as 5 squares.
Yeah.
So I have a good amount of speed.
Okay.
So this would be 10, 20, 30, 40.
Okay.
Those first two actually don't count as difficult because you're moving towards the center from where you were. So you would have
Oh,
10
really?
extra feet of movement. Yeah, because it's only moving away from it that pulls you. If you move towards it, you actually go faster.
Interesting. Okay.
So
You
that
still got
was
10 feet.
10 feet. So 5. No, let's go this way. There. That should do it.
Okay. You are now next to her.
Uh-huh.
You still have your bonus action if there's anything you want to do with it.
Bonus action.
Potion.
Yeah. I was just seeing if there's anything I could do, but potion. What was that? Potion.
Greater.
Greater and
I haven't given you guys anything other than graders yet.
yeah.
Oh, then that's 20.
It's 20. Get rid of that one. And 20. There we go. And that's everything the lion boy can do.
Okay. That brings us to Sienna's turn. Sienna, please roll a death saving throw for me.
20.
Okay, so that is a pass. You have one success. That brings us to a Marcus, who is prone on top of this thing. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. He is okay. Strength save. No, he gets pulled 10 feet.
Oh, jeez.
Now he falls off the
10.
tent.
Falls off the tent. What was the fall damage from before?
It's a d6. Or from before it was 7 because, well, the force of the tornado gives it a higher fall damage by d6. But normal fall damage is 1d6. It's 2d6 because of the spell. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's do 2d6.
Cool.
Yeah.
6.
Okay. He lands prone, of course. Uses half his movement speed to stand up. Looks at you, good sir. Just 30, move one spot. All right. So moving towards the cyclone or around it costs just 5 feet. Standard.
Yeah, moving towards it costs normal. If you're moving perpendicular to it, it costs normal. If you're moving away from it, it costs double.
Okay. He's got about 15 feet left. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, coming over to here. You are the next threat that he knows of that he's having a hard time with. So he's going to concentrate his psychic blasts towards you. That's a dirty 20 to hit. It's a 7 to hit. And a 21 to hit. So none of those guys are going to hit. All right. That is going to bring an end to his turn. He doesn't have anything else with his action economy. That brings us to the Berserkers, who all need... Oh my gosh, I forgot about these guys entirely for the last couple turns.
It's okay. They're worried about the fire thing and deciding what they want to do.
They're holding on to each other, and that's somehow anchored them this whole time. All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these guys in actuality.
Looking for 17.
Pass, pass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pass, and 2 fail. Frick, you know what? I'm gonna say it's these two guys up here failed. They've had it easy for too long. They both move in the tornado. They need to make another save, correct?
Yes, sir.
They both fail again. They are flung up 15 feet. They take an appropriate damage, and they are flown in a random direction. I'll go for those guys real quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got them?
Yep, I
If
got
you
a
got
7
them,
and 8
fine.
on that roll, and the damage is going to be 17 and 2 is 19 points of fire damage, and then 6 points of fall damage, so 25 damage.
Okay, so one of them goes over here. One goes up here, smacks into the top of the thing. How much damage altogether was that again?
19 and 6 is 25.
25. All right. Noted.
And they are prone.
Yep. They're going to use half their movement speed to stand up. And this guy is going to come over here to you, Saren. He's going to try and make attacks.
First one's at disadvantage because of seeing.
Yep, no worries. He's only got one. And
I saw it coming.
that would be a straight roll, so that'd be 11.
Saw it coming.
All right. This other guy, he stood up. He's got 15 feet of movement left. Yeah, he's going to start making his way up this way. 10, 15. He doesn't have enough movement to pop up to you. The rest of these guys, the fearful ones can't move closer to Theros.
Actually, their fear would have ended at the end of my
Oh,
last
fear's
turn.
gone?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, in that case. Oh, no, he didn't have a fear effect. Okay. This guy's going to go up 5, 10, 15, 20. So you should be good getting that far. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. These guys are going to... These bottom two are going to start moving their way up.
Didn't you just run through a campfire?
Oh, you are correct.
Yeah,
That's silly.
3 of them?
You're correct. That is silly. I got distracted by the freaking orange glow.
They would have too, right?
Yeah.
It's all fire here.
You know what? They would too. They run through the bonfire. They're going to take
Nice.
fire damage.
I appreciate that stretch.
They are not thinking. Oh, they're going to run up to there. These first two are going to make it like a D6 of fire damage. So let's roll some. No, I don't know how to do that properly.
Got it backwards. It's /R space 1d6.
/R, okay.
I would vote for that roll personally.
There we go. Okay, they each take 3 points of fire damage. The fire is ruined. Beautiful bonfire has been replaced and usurped. Okay, so you got Theros. You got 3 attacks coming at you from them.
All right.
As only 3 of them are able to get to you. These are at advantage. So that's 21, 22, and a crit.
Yep.
Okay, so you take 4, 19, 19 points of slashing. What is that? 21. You take 40 points of slashing, reduced down to 20.
Yay, healing potion.
There it goes, but hey, it soaked up the damage. These guys are going to go 5, 10, 20, 30 as he's starting to pull against it. These guys are going to go 10, 15, 25. That's as far as he can get. 10, 15, 20. That's as far as he's going to be able to get. And that is going to be their turn. Bandit Captain makes a strength save. I'm sorry. I rolled the wrong thing. He has proficiency. He rolled a 6. He gets poor Hank. He keeps getting thrown into this thing. He rolls again. What do you roll?
All right, so that's going to be 15 and then 10 points of fall damage. So 25 points of damage even, and he's going to go in direction 2. So 1, 2. That's up and to the right. Back to the 10.
To the right or to the left?
I'm sorry, it's up and to the left. You're right.
Okay. He gets thrown towards his men. And he is prone. Half his movement speed to stand up.
Yep.
And he's gonna go 10 feet. He's gonna get up to you. And he's gonna attempt to hit you. With two scimitars and a dagger. I believe you said the first one's at disadvantage?
The first one per turn is at disadvantage until it gets used. Yep.
Okay.
So 11, 12, and 18.
Yep, that all miss. That is going to be his turn. The bandits are just kind of watching in awe and horror at what is occurring. And it comes back to you, Caspian.
All right, I'm going to bonus action seeing, and I'm going to use the repositioning with my side points so I can move 10 feet without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Actually, real quick, before we keep going on this, do we want to take a quick break? Or are we good to keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going? All right.
I'm going to go up to Sienna, and I'm going to pour healing potion down her throat.
Okay. Action to give her a healing potion. Which you have it, it's a greater? You have
Yes.
a greater, correct? Okay. So that's 20 health back to you, Sienna. And you regain consciousness.
We have to stop meeting this way, my dear. And then I turn around and I point the gun at the tent entrance. That's the end of my turn.
All right. That brings us to Liana, who is going to open the up. She's going to make strength save. With, according to the trend, only the bandits succeed. Yep, only the bandits succeed. She's pulled 10 feet towards the cyclone. She does not enter it. And she's going to go 10, 20 feet back to you. She's using malleable physiology to cause spikes to grow all across her skin. And she is going to, you see her pull out a blade from her own body, Theros, as she's going to attempt to stab you to death.
Okay.
And she's going to miss horribly.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Hold on. What's the positioning on there? No, she does have flanking. Because flanking is a thing. So she does hit you with one of the attacks, which is a 24. So you take 11 points of slashing damage as this spike cuts across your body.
5 or 6.
So 5. Round down.
Yeah, there's only ever 2 things in 5th edition you round up for, and we're nowhere near any of them.
My God, I cannot hit some of these attacks to save my life. That brings us to your turn, Theros. Strength saving throw.
That's cocked on a natural 20. I will take the 19 though, for 26.
All right, that saves, I believe.
Yep. That was a cool trick. And I'm gonna swing at her.
All right, go ahead and roll.
First one is a dirty 20. On fire with
That'll
dirty
hit.
20s today.
You will also take 5 points of piercing damage, which is reduced down to 2, as the spikes from her body lash out at you.
All right. Well, I paid the price, and so does she. That is a 19.
19 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You kind of cut into her. So that's attack 1.
Yep. Attack number 2.
Mm-hmm.
That is 26.
26 to hit. That'll hit.
Yes. 16.
Okay. There'll be 3 points of already cut down, but it'll be 3 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
You said 16?
Yes.
Okay.
Rolled a 12 and an 11.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you're able to find some of these spots where these spikes aren't, but as you go over there, she kind of leans in and these needles just pierce into your body.
Bonus action, gonna finish that last potion.
Okay, that's another 20 back to you. All right. And is that it for your turn?
That would be everything for me.
All right. Sienna, you are prone, you are awake, and you are alive.
Half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
I really don't have a way to move around the Saren's thing here. Without taking the long way.
To clarify, probably about this back side here is open. It got obliterated by the fireball.
Okay. Then I'll probably walk that way if I can, just to get out of this, so I can walk around the top side. So 15 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna use my action to dash.
Okay. Go for it.
That's my turn.
All right. That brings us to Marcus. Love of God, if there's any good moment for you to actually succeed on your saving throw. He fails his saving throw. He's pulled into the twister. And he fails
All
the
right, so
following
that's going to
save.
be 18 points of fire damage, 8 points of fall damage, and he goes in direction 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's straight back, straight down.
Okay. So from the center, that's 5, 10. Is it from the center of it, or is it just from the edge of the tornado?
Um,
Just from wherever they make contact? Or?
yeah, I think it's from the edge of the tornado because it says that they
Okay.
get thrown in a random direction.
15. All right, so he's all the way down there.
And prone.
Yep. Uses half his movement speed to stand up. He cannot see the guy who's causing the tornado anymore. Sienna is out of sight. The only person he is able to see is Sir Theros. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm still kicking.
Yep. Range on that is 60 feet. You are within range. He is going to fire 3 psychic blasts at you.
Do I get any kind
You
of
gain
help
an
from-
additional +2 AC because of the other men are kind of in the way.
Yep. 17.
So that's 20 and a 9. Second one doesn't hit. I believe that first one will hit.
Yep.
All right, you take 22 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
Creatures less than within the last minute. Oh, there is no range on that. Frick yes. I haven't been rolling to see if he's recovered that, however. He does recover that. Okay. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, my favorite.
As he uses gasp to survive on you.
Inspiration is a D20 reroll.
Inspiration is either a D20 reroll or a D6 add-on. It's either or, but not both.
And I can decide after?
Yeah. You can decide to roll it, and you can decide to make it a reroll, or you can
Reroll.
decide to make it a D6 add-on.
Reroll.
Okay, so it's reroll.
I have like 3 inspirations. Can I use another one?
No.
No.
Just one per thing.
12.
12. That is going to be a fail. You take an additional 12 points of psychic damage, and you are choking as you feel almost like there's a hand at your throat crushing your windpipe.
Cool. I can hold my breath for an amazing amount of time.
No, this is straight suffocation. It goes straight to suffocation.
Okay.
So to clarify, what it is target takes psychic damage and believes it is suffocating, including choking and being unable to speak. So, what is at the meta level, what is happening is your character believes they are suffocating and their body is responding as if they are suffocating.
Okay.
And that is going to be the end of his turn. The Berserkers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fail, 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 pass, fail, fail, fail. Everyone but one of them passes. Or everyone but one of them fails.
Oh, and I got good damage numbers this time too. I hope some of them touch it.
See, that guy's getting. That guy's in. That guy almost made it. Well, almost made it. Almost made it. To do. This guy kind of gets thrown by. Or no, that'll be the one guy who passes. Your favorite guy is the one who passes. 2 of them do fail. Do enter the circle of doom. 2 more saves. But I believe, yep, those guys are both failed.
Yeetamus.
So what's the damage they take?
So it's going to be 27 points of fire damage, 9 points of fall damage, and then they go in direction 6 and 4. Direction 6 is to the right. Direction 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 is down and to the left.
You said 27 and 9?
Correct.
Okay. This guy gets thrown down and to the left. This guy, you said the first one was straight across.
Directly to the right. Yep.
He gets tossed over there. All right.
And 27 and 9, that's what, 35?
Yeah.
6.
No, they took
36.
a healthy chunk of damage there. All right. So that's going to go 5, 10, or I'm sorry, that's 10, 20. Honestly, I don't think he will go the extra mile. I don't think he will make the space for his friends. That guy will go to there. That guy will go to there. Realize that guy's blocking his way. He's gonna get to there. This guy's gonna get to there. To there. To there. And
But the pulled guys aren't knocked prone, are they? They're just dragged
no,
back?
only if they get flung. Alright,
Yeah,
that guy only
anytime you
gets 2
take
out of
fall
there.
damage, you fall prone, and since it's specifically you get launched 15 feet in the air and you take this and fall damage, you end up prone.
Yeah,
This guy's
I was
actually
just
gonna
trying
go
to,
there, and that's gonna be about as
see
far
if
as
it
it
was
goes.
like, I got pulled, or I got dragged back.
Alright, you got 3 attacks coming your way, Theros.
Okay.
You have done valiantly to defend against this stuff. Honestly, I honestly thought you were getting get taken down sooner than this. Only one of those guys hits.
All right.
So you take 7 points of slashing damage, reduced down to 3.
I fall unconscious and turn invisible.
Yeah, that's true. Out of nowhere, your body just vanishes entirely.
It's gonna be massively confusing for everyone.
It's gonna be really. This is gonna be hugely entertaining. That brings us to. That ends their turn. That brings us to Lord Bandit King. Lord Bandit King. Poor guy gets just literally getting thrown all over the place in his own camp. Still fails.
No,
Full
no,
10
no,
feet.
no, no, no.
It's not turn. Stabs his sword into the ground. It's like, no, no. All right, he looks around.
His bandana's been
All he can
burnt
see
off.
is you. Yeah, all he can see is you, Caspian. So he's gonna go 10, 20, 30. You know, he's gonna use his action to go or to dash 10, 20, 30 as he gets up to you. But that is it as far as what he can do. That brings us to onlookers who don't care. They're still watching this in horror. Caspian, you are up. You have one gentleman in front of you. Hank. Are you using your thing to trigger?
Nope. I'm gonna eat the op attack and hope for the best. But I am
Okay.
gonna be bonus action seeing defensively. But I'm not using the free op attack side point. 11 misses. Cool. But I'm going to
Yeah.
go here and I'm going to look at Marcus. I'm going to use Psychic Drain.
All right. What does that specifically do?
When roll 20 catches up to me, I'm going to post it up.
I would say it would drain him psychically.
Yeah.
But specifically?
But does it? Does it? Does it?
He needs to make a Charisma saving throw. I gain temp equal to half the amount of damage I deal, and if he fails, I get a side point back.
Charisma saving throw rolled an 18. So that is DC is 17, correct?
It is.
All right. So that's a pass.
That'll be 27 cut in half to 13. Psychic damage.
As you do this, as you inflict this psychic damage, he seems to recognize the aspect of the type of power you're using as he looks at you and says, "So is this how Locke works? Tells us what to do and then sends some henchmen to come kill us? I thought he had more class than this." And that's gonna be that's all he says. That's all you can get from him. It's not
I
his
gave
turn.
you the easy way out. And that's my turn.
All right. That comes to Liana, who shall do the thing. Please, for the love of God, actually succeed. I would like one of my boss characters to actually kind of succeed. No, no. I don't get what I want. She's dragged 10 feet in. She is not pulled into it. She is, however, going to go 10. No, you are unconscious. You're out of the picture. She's not doesn't care about you.
I disappeared.
Yeah, you were gone. She's looking around, even as which is why she gets dragged back. Then she sees Caspian. She's gonna come 5, 10, 20, 30. She's gonna launch 2 bone shards at you. First attack's at disadvantage, correct?
It is, yes.
That doesn't hit, and the second bone shard also doesn't hit.
It does
I'm
not.
only rolling the 20s on the frickin' berserkers.
It's great, really.
Yeah. That brings an end to her turn. Theros, it is your turn. I believe the tornado still affects him even though he's unconscious. Okay, you are incapacitated. You are unconscious. I believe you auto. Let me double check.
Yep,
I
he
believe
gets
you auto
dragged 10
fail.
feet.
So you were dragged 10 feet towards this thing.
But there's people standing there.
Yeah, and I'm froze.
So I'll say you kind of get dragged over here and you kind of kick into the one guy's leg who's.
What?
He now has an idea there's something now at his feet, but you are not dragged any closer. It is now your turn. Go ahead and make a death saving throw for me.
It teetered on a 20 and turned to a 6.
All right, that is one fail.
Yeah.
Yep, unconscious automatically fails death saving throws. All right. That's into your turn, Sienna. I would say just as you're coming around the corner, you see Theros take a hit and you see him vanish from sight.
Yeah, please. Oh, I can't see him now.
Yep.
I'm going to bonus action drink a potion.
Okay.
So this thing affects you when you're moving in it, right? If you stand still in it, you're okay.
If you're inside the radius of it, the only person who can freely move in it is Caspian. But if you are inside the radius at all, you are getting pulled towards it.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. Okay, I think I'm gonna moonbeam that area then.
Roughly where Theros was at, or where you putting it?
Probably where Saren is, because it gives temp
Okay.
to my allies in it. So it'd probably be where Saren is.
I'd
Because
say yeah. You just barely
temp
have
wouldn't get
a.
Theros up either.
Yeah, I'd say you do have a good line of sight, tolerable line of sight. Tornado doesn't obscure, correct?
Let me double check. I don't think so. It doesn't say it obscures like Wall of Fire does, because that says opaque. This doesn't say anything like that. So it's up to DM.
So yeah, I'll say because it does not say that it obscures or that it's like a solid thing. Then yeah, I'd say you can easily see through it and you can drop the beam on the other side.
Okay, then I'm gonna drop it right there. I think that I can move it to where it barely hits. It hits the guy, and then it'll probably hit Caspian a
Poor
little bit.
guy.
Actually,
All the saving throws he has to make. All right. And that is it for your turn?
yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit more this way though, so I can start getting closer to where I know Theros disappeared though.
Okay. Then to your turn brings us to Marcus, who must make a strength save. That's not. Oh, I clicked Moonbeam on accident. Send that to back. And it's a fail. He moves 10 feet closer. 5, 10. Because he did start in Moonbeam, I believe he also takes damage from Moonbeam.
Yep, it's con
That
save.
one's a Wisdom save? Or is it
Con save.
Constitution save? Con save.
It's a con save.
That's a 2. He takes full damage from that.
Damage was 12.
Okay. He has slid closer to you, Caspian. However, that actually works for what he wants to do. Is he pulls out his short sword and he's going to make and a dagger in the other hand. He's going to make a couple attacks against you. First one is at disadvantage, correct?
Correct.
Ooh, you almost got hit.
I almost got hit.
That's a 17. Second attack. That's an 8. Third attack with the dagger. Is a 19 as he goes in. He starts slicing at you, but does not seem to be able to get anywhere with it. He's going to risk attack of opportunity with you as he is going to take a step back. So that's 10 feet, 20 feet, and 30 feet. Do you take op attack?
I do. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it because I can't do it with my pistol. I don't think. Yeah, I don't have Warcaster, so I'm just going to use a. Yeah, I was holding the pistol. I can't take an op attack.
Okay. So yeah, he's able to step away. That brings an end to his turn. All of these guys. I'm regretting putting so many of these guys in the map. How many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10.
Yes.
All right.
And there's one guy who's in the back who's just like, nope.
He's asleep. The fireball didn't wake him up.
Or the gunshot.
Uh,
Or the roar.
2, 3, 4. All right, 4 of them fail. For that, I'm gonna say that guy gets pulled in. That guy gets pulled closer. That guy gets pulled closer. That guy gets ripped closer. One of them does get caught up in that. Throwing save.
It's going to be 18 points of fire damage, 7 points of fall damage, and he falls in the 7th direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Which
6.
I believe is straight up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is to the right and up.
To the right and up? Okay. So yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he slammed hard into the top of the tent. But okay. So he gets dropped
Poor
up
tent's
there.
just got people-shaped holes in the top of it now.
Yeah. Well, it's been burning this whole time, and at this point, it's losing integrity, and he just goes straight through it. The tent collapses down on top of him in that spot. This whole thing's been burning this whole time. Okay, he stands up. He does not want to get closer to the ring of fire, but that's also where everyone else is. He's not smart though. He's roided up. He's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. This guy's gonna go 5. This guy's gonna circle, go
He was
5,
prone, remember.
10, 15. I know that's why he only moved 15, right? Did I move him too far?
No. I was
I moved him too
just.
far.
No. You didn't move the guy too far. I was just saying that. Oh wait, yeah, the one guy who just got thrown, he would have to dash to get where he is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's only gonna make it there. Then we got this guy's 5, 10. He's gonna step into Moonbeam. Go ahead and roll damage for that, Sienna. That's a Constitution save,
18.
correct?
Yep, it's 18. So half on a save,
Okay.
9.
So he takes 9 points of radiant damage. This guy over here is, I guess, prone. He's gonna stand up from prone. He's only gonna move 15 feet. Five, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's also going to take damage. Con save. That's a 20. We'll just keep that same damage. So that was 9. These others are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. No, he's not smart. 25, 30. Takes 9 points of radiant damage. Come watch me play with icons, guys.
Woo.
That guy's gonna get to about there. That guy's going to get to there. That guy is going to look pat around on the ground. Uh, he's going to make a perception check at disadvantage to try and see if he can spot what the heck just hit his leg. And he's not going to find anything. He keeps batting around. He's going to spend his turn looking for something that isn't there. As for you, Caspian, you got 4 attacks coming at you with Reckless. I believe that means the first one will be a straight roll because of your seeing.
Yep, and it's the first one each turn.
Okay, so the first one each of them makes. Okay, so all of these then are just going to be straight rolls. And absolutely none of those hit.
Okay.
As you kind of definitely just dodge between these attack axes as they're coming at you.
I see it coming. I see the future, guys.
All right.
It's like that Nicolas Cage movie.
Honestly, yeah, that one scene towards the end where he's like dodging the bullet in all the possible futures, that's freaking
Yeah,
great.
I love that. And when
That
I was
is-
making this character, I was thinking about that scene for my descriptions.
Nah, that's down. That was such an awesome scene. That's like he only sees 2 seconds in the future. That's all he needs. Oh my god, he's saved! It's a miracle!
And there's nobody close to him, so he has to move closer anyway.
No one will believe him.
Well, he's got that
10,
tent pole right there.
15, 20, 30 technically because he moved away from it. Is there's literally no way he can get through that kerfuffle. So he's gonna take. I don't know that he's gonna take the dodge action, even though it's not gonna help him. All right, that brings us to Caspian. You are surrounded by men. Bizarre, bulging, mutate men.
You know, I know someone who would think this is a dream. I'm going to walk in her direction. Bonus action seeing, and I'm going to use 1 side point to, or 2 side points to move 10 feet without up attacks.
Okay. Are you able to pass through your own tornado?
The short answer is yes, but I'll tag the ability. It's called Elemental Eater. As I walk through it, I'm able to consume the elemental damage.
Trick, yes.
Like Natsu.
Just gotta take a
I
deep breath.
posted up
and walk
earlier, but
through it.
it's the last paragraph of that. When you deal damage to an area with a psychokinetics ability that would include yourself, you can consume it, taking no damage from the effect.
Very nice. That's freaking awesome.
So I just turn and walk into the fire. And then that's my bonus action. With my action, I'm going to load a specialty round. And since it's not opaque and they can see me, I'm going to use let me get the prefixes right. One second, Roll20 is a little slower than my mouth. I am going to use a overcharged, massive 2 overcharge is 0, so I can spend 3 points. An overcharged, massive, amplified elemental blast.
Like,
So it's going to be a 30-foot cone. I'm going to take 1d4 points of force damage to make it hit this hard.
Frick.
So that's 3 points of damage to me. I have to make a concentration check. Here's where it could backfire, boys. But it didn't.
woo.
Very nice.
And this is going to be lightning damage.
Okay.
I rolled a 1. Okay, so this is a 30-foot cone. It is a dex saving throw. So it's going to be. Let me get my little marker here.
Like that?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, yeah, that'll catch everybody in that.
Dex save 17 against.
7. All right. Two of the berserkers pass. No surprise, Liana doesn't pass. And oh, he's actually proficient in dex saves. Marcus does pass.
I would like
All
him to
right, so
reroll that.
it's-
He's within 50 feet.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Yep, he rolled an 8. That is a fail.
So that's going
Everyone
to be
except for 2 of the
22
berserkers.
lightning damage, 11 on a save, and since it is lightning, for each dice of lightning damage dealt, an arc of lightning strikes another creature of your choice within 20 feet, dealing 1d6 lightning damage. So I did 4 dice of damage, so that means that Marcus is going to take 4 bolts, arcs of lightning, blam, 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 as I shoot out this bolt of lightning and it charges up and just arcs from 4 of the berserkers onto him. Crashes down on him, and I rolled a 6 for those, so that's going to be 6 for the first one, and then the other 3 are going to be 4, 4, and 5. So that's going to be a total of damage to Marcus of 6 plus 4, 4, and 5. That's 10 and 9, 19 extra on top of whatever he got from the fail.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's definitely looking hurt. A lot of these guys, yeah, no, that was intense.
Specialty round, lightning blast. Boom.
All
Next
right.
turn.
It comes to Liana, who just took a frick ton of lightning damage. Just makes a strength save. Oh my god, she succeeds! um. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 25, 30. And you see as she sprouts wings. That is going to be it for her turn. Theros, you automatically fail and you kind of roll along this guy's side and you keep going towards that tornado. Need you to make a death saving throw, please.
13.
13. Okay, so that is a success.
1 and 1.
One fail, one success. Sienna.
I'm going to move a little bit more so I have line of sight. 8, 10, 15. And I can't see Theros, so I'm going to wait till I can logically say without meta that, because even though I can see his token, I can't see him. I'm wait for another creature to interact with the invisible body of Theros before I heal him because I can't see him right now.
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Is that an action?
No,
Because
I'm
usually
giving
it's an
this
action.
to you
Okay.
for free.
18.
18. While you cannot specifically see Theros, you do see a sliding in the dirt, as if something is moving across the dirt. But it's sliding where there's no physical object that you can see causing the disturbance.
So I wouldn't be able to target him with the spell then because I can't see him.
You're able to roughly see where he is. What's the spell you would want to target him with?
Healing word it specifically says I have to be able to see him, and I can't see him.
I would say that having perceived roughly where he is, I will give that as qualifying.
Okay.
If of course you want to heal it, that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that then. That's bonus action then. All right. As you call out these words to Theros, what do you say to Theros to bring him back?
Tell him to fight again. And then for my action, I'm going to summon Quinn.
And grab him from the bottom of the map, where I had him tucked away. Oh. I'm not trying to change it. Okay, that works. Fine. Be that way. See if I care. All right, you got Quinn.
All right, and so flying is difficult in this tornado, right?
More difficult than walking, yes.
Yeah. You
Can
can
I
also
choose
have
where I
him.
summon Quinn, or is it specifically near me?
I believe it's anywhere within 30 feet of you. Yeah, anywhere that you can see within 30 feet of you.
Okay, and I'm gonna summon him in 30 feet. So it'll be nope, because then he's gonna. Okay, I'm leaving here for that. I'm gonna finish my movement.
Okay. And that's
That'll
it
be my
for you?
turn.
All right. Marcus! As we see, oh, I'm the wrong layer. Marcus sees Leanna trying to make a run for it. He rolls an extra 20 to go. Seeing though everything that's going on, he's going to kind of curse her under his breath, turn back to you, Caspian, and is going to fire off some more psychic blasts. First one is at disadvantage, which is an 11. Second one is an 18. Last one is a 24.
Last one hits.
That'll just hit. So you take 12 points of psychic damage.
I would like to use a reaction.
Go for it.
The amount of cover that Caspian has.
I mean, if I have even half cover, it misses. 24 is my AC.
Because that guy has, what, 6 people in between him? Big roided out dudes?
Do you feel better?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not really. I'm trying to let my guy avoid getting hit, but like.
If you let him have it the way it was, how cover rules work, he would have targeted his ally. So I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna correct him. I wanted him to down one of his allies that's in between Caspian and him.
All right, but 12 points of psychic damage. You're checking for your reactions.
Oh, no, never mind. It's only on a critical hit. Never mind. So I take 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Take 6 points of psychic damage. All right. You see a strange grin on his face, but that'll be it for his turn. This is gonna be the fun part. This is why you don't do steroids, kids, is because it makes you do stupid things. Because all the berserkers are right within range. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, or what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's still 10 of them. All right, that is 1, 2, 3,
3
4,
successes.
5, 6. Yeah, that's a lot of. There's only fewer successes. Only 3 of them succeed. Um, that guy
And
gets
they're all
tossed in.
close.
Yeah. Oh, that guy gets tossed in. That guy gets tossed in. That guy is tossed in, but I'm keeping him over there so I can move him. This guy gets pulled closer, pulled right past Theros. Only 3 passed, right?
Yep. I separated those from the ones that have to make strength saves as they touch the tornado and hopefully get thrown, clearing the way for their buddies to get thrown too.
that guy. And then those remaining 3 stay put. Oh, and I think 2 of them also need to make con saves because they started in the beam.
3 of them.
3 of them, correct. All of them fail. Sienna, go ahead and roll damage for your moonbeam.
12.
Nice.
Did Caspian at some point walk through my moonbeam?
I did not.
Oh, okay. I was, if you did, you
I was
got
gonna,
down,
but then I got surrounded by berserkers who were all standing in it.
They kind of blocked his path.
So 3 con saves, or 3 strength saves. Let's see. 1 fails and gets thrown, takes 25 points of fire damage, 3 points of fall damage, and he will get thrown in the.
Gotcha. Actually, it was 4 of them. One of them I just set off to the side so I could pull the token off real easy. But yeah,
They
2 of
each
them
go
fail.
straight into the direction of the moonbeam because they go straight down 15 feet.
Give me the damages one more time.
It was 25 points of fire damage and 3 points of fall damage.
5. And then you said 3 points of fall damage?
3, yeah, so 28 total.
Oh, you said 28. I miscounted somewhere. Okay. That guy gets thrown. Okay, 15 feet. He gets thrown into this other guy who's back here. He gets thrown. Actually, that might be a corpse. Hold on. No, he's still alive. 1, 2, 3. Also gets thrown, and no, it was just 2 that got thrown. The other 2 are still in there. They still take fire damage though from being in it, correct?
They take half of it, so 25 gets cut in half to 12.
I haven't had any of them succeed yet, so I don't know. All right, those other guys get thrown back there. That guy rerolls for this. And that guy is dead.
I would like to, because I didn't use my reaction, I'm using it right now. I'm going to use Mind Devourer, so I'm going to regain 1d4 points of health and a side point.
Okay.
Because someone died within 60 feet.
This guy's gonna go there. This is gonna go 5. Stop getting caught on that part. 10, 15, 20. He's not stupid enough to go into the circle of fire. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25. Those guys get up. Yeah, they're going to be stupid. They're going to start charging towards him. He's dead. He's barely alive. He's going to go to here. This guy's going to go here. This guy's going to come up here, and he's going to look questioningly at Theros' body. Not going to do anything about it.
Suddenly reappeared, but still laying there.
Wait. Was someone standing on him, or? Caspian, you have... Let's see. A multitude of attacks coming at you. Looks like 6. Which you had seeing active, correct? So that's disadvantage. Yep. They reckless to make it straight.
5.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not one hits.
Saw it coming.
Okay, that's an end to their turn. Poor Hank. It's Hank's turn. Hank fails. Hank gets
Oh
pulled in.
no!
Hank rolls another strength save. I'm sorry, strength save. Hank fails again.
That is to the left, 15 feet.
Okay. How much damage is altogether? That's
That's going to be
15 or 16
16
and 5.
and 4 is 20 points of fire damage and 5 points of fall damage. 25 points of damage. And a prone. As far as battlefield control spells go, man.
Yeah, this is insane.
It
Uses
does
half his movement speed to stand up.
3d6 at a base. I get to add a d6 to it because of my item, but it does 3d6 damage a base. But so like it does a whole lot less damage per turn for fireball. But if you've got a big horde like this, man, this spell is great.
All right, he's gonna make 2 scimitar attacks and a dagger attack at you. First one's at disadvantage, which is 20. Second one is a 22, which that misses. Third one is a crit. Um,
Yep, that'll hit.
which yeah, that'll
For
hit.
11.
That'll actually do damage. I will damage you. 8
I'm out of
plus.
temp, Hank.
8 plus 3. So 7. I'm sorry, brain shutting down.
7 plus 4 is 11.
11 points of piercing damage.
I make my con save.
Okay. And that's turn for him. Caspian.
I'm going to I'm going to load a specialty round. I'm gonna point my pistol and I'm going to use an echoing long phase rift.
Okay, what does that do?
First, I'm gonna post up the important bit about it because I have something that makes my phase rift work a little bit different. I have an ability called lingering rifts.
Mhm.
When you use phase rift, you can leave a 5-foot tear in reality behind, forming a line between your starting location and ending location until the start of your next turn. Any creature that enters that area for the first time or ends their turn must make a saving throw by phase rift as if they had been hit by it.
Okay.
Let me just math here. So echoing is 2, long is 4, and that's yep, cool. Blam! So it's going to be good rolls. A dex save, DC 17. I'm moving 30 feet in a line. Echoing makes me repeat that phase rift again. So 30 feet in a line. I'm teleporting 60 feet in 2 separate lines. And
Okay.
everyone I go through, I'm going to draw on the map. They have to make a dex save against 15, 16, 17 points of force damage.
Okay, go and give me lines. Okay. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. That's 2 from here. 2 berserkers. Dex save, correct?
It is dex save, yes, sir.
All right, that's a 19 and an 8. So one of those guys fails. You said the total damage was 17.
Yes, 17, save for half.
Okay, that guy is for sure dead.
Mind Devour.
Gotcha, gotcha. He takes 8 points of force damage. Marcus, dex save is 24, so he saves for half.
I would
So
like
that'd
him to
be 8
reroll that,
points of force.
please.
15, so he takes the 17.
Okay. How do you want to do this with him?
So I shoot the shot. When I do, I pop up behind him. And for flavor wise, I'd like the Mind Devourer to be on him. So when he does, I just hold my hand down and you see this green and yellow energy flow up my arm and into my left eye. And then I vanish and appear behind the other girl, Liara, right? Is that what she
Liana.
said her name? Liana. And I'm going to
Liana.
say, and I'm going to spin, and as I spin, I'm brandishing my pistol at all these bandits over here. I'm going to say, see what the price of betraying the Imperium is. Your leaders are cowards. And I'm just going to be facing the flaming tornado with my pistol pointed straight at Liara.
All right.
She takes the 17.
Yep, she does take 17. She takes the full 17 points of force damage. Okay, that is your turn. It is
Bonus
now.
action seeing.
All right, it is now her turn. She, however, is committed to her direction.
She needs to
She's
make a
going to
dex
use
save.
Hmm.
She started her turn in a line. She needs to make a dex save
Okay.
from the lingering rift. As reality tries to rip her into pieces.
She rolled a 3.
Let me reroll that damage real quick. That'll be 9, 10, 11.
All right, she takes 11 points of force damage as that energy just tears into her body. And you can it's kind of horrific as you look at her. You actually see it's almost like her body is trying to repair itself. Like her flesh is actually trying to reclose up on these strange, bizarre wounds. But she's going to take the disengage action,
Oh,
and
Theros got stabbed by her.
yeah, and she is going to fly 5, 10. She's moving up an angle. Hold on, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as she makes it over the battlements. And she is booking it quick as she can. But that is it for her turn. Theros, it is your turn. You are prone. You need to make a strength saving throw.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right, your turn is yours.
I can't do anything. I'll get hit and put right back down. So I'm gonna lay there and play dead.
Okay. That brings us to Sienna. You can see
With
Theros. Theros is still on the ground, but he didn't get pulled closer into that tornado.
Okay. With Quinn on my shoulders, I'm gonna move 30 feet. Oh, I'm just gonna move Quinn off my character though. 30 feet. And I have a range of 120 with a spell, and she's at 85.
I will say, as she's gotten over the battlements, she will have partial cover, but you do have a line of sight on her.
That's fine. And then I'm going to upcast Guiding Bolt.
Nice.
All right. Make your attack roll.
Reroll that. Let's see. 8 point. Spell attack. Is there an easier spell attack button besides just rerolling the whole spell?
Nope, just reroll the whole spell.
Okay. Uh, 15.
You fire off the bolt of energy as it looks like it's going to hit, but she sort of limps in the air and drops her just out of the side of the beam as it goes shooting past her.
That's the turn.
All right. Marcus is dead. That brings us to the Berserkers, who all, before they can do anything, have to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saves, dex saves.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Start with the strength saves. Okay. Um, what I will say virtually at this point, like a couple more of these guys are probably going to die as the result of just this turn starting. However, they are essentially broken. Marcus is left, or Marcus is dead. Liana has fled. Um, Hank can't do anything. Hank's probably gonna die on his own next turn because he keeps failing his saves. But they are more or less like the bandits. The regular bandits, they surrendered out of this once the fiery tornado showed up and everyone started getting thrown around. These more mutated berserker guys, their leadership is completely gone. Who they thought was the toughest among them got taken out. The next toughest among them fled, and Hank is Hank. Um, they are all more or less at your guys' mercy as to what you wish to do with them.
I mean, I'm holding onto that spell and I'm going to burn them because they didn't give mercy to the guards. Yeah,
Okay.
it's on failed saves is going to be 45 points of damage.
Okay. I would honestly say at this point, if your intention is to essentially execute them, then you are able to execute them. Because they do not have any fight left in them at this point. They have been thrown around. They have burned. Through the pain, they are starting to recover some common sense, and they are at your, like I said, they are at your mercy. You are more than able to burn them all to death if you see fit.
Daros will step in between that and be like, they stopped, they surrendered. What makes us better is our rules and showing justice. Is there no justice system in the Imperium, or is it simply death?
I'm waiting to be able to shoot this lady as she flies off.
Her, I don't have a problem with. It's these. These people were led astray. He even points to the semi-alive, roided guys if they're still there.
I mean, for the sake of convenience, you guys are out of initiative at this point.
Oh, well, I was waiting for my turn because I was going to take my shot. She's still well within my range.
Yeah, John had said a few times he's waiting to shoot her, so we're still very much in initiative, I feel like, with his range.
I would say they would be out. They would be out. The rest of them are at your mercy. Liana comes right after your turn, Caspian. I'd say go ahead and try and make a shot. She is on the other side of these battlements.
It's a 26 to hit for 19 points of damage plus some from seeing.
Okay. She is out of your line of sight, is what I was going to say. Because she has flown up and she is over these battlements. You are on the ground. She is technically out of your sight due to how close you are to the wall. Are you intending to climb the wall? What are you wanting to do to be able to get into line of sight with her?
Changes things. Give me just 1 second. I'm sorry. If
Yep.
that's the case, then I will use my action to phase rift into the air 30 feet, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to do a different ability.
Okay. Raised in 1d12 lightning damage to that creature. Okay.
So that'd be 16 points of lightning damage at her.
Okay. And that's a spell save, correct?
Nope, not for that one.
For lightning tender? Okay.
It just
Is that
hits.
attack roll? Oh, it just hits?
And when I
Okay.
do cast that, when I cast it, the tornado will disappear.
Okay. So tornado vanishes from the field as this bolt of lightning strikes down on Liana, and yeah, she's got 8 hit points left. She hits the ground. She falls through the trees, falls to the ground, and impales herself on one of the walls surrounding this camp. The camp is yours.
Well, I will take 12 points of fall damage.
Okay. Well, you took very few hits to begin with in that whole thing, so you can walk it off.
Yep. But I hit the ground and I'm going to stand up and I'm going to see. That is the cost of betraying the Imperium, murdering civilians.
All right. But as I said, the rest of the camp is yours to do with as you see fit. If you wish to execute them, you may. If you wish to show them mercy, you may. The choice is yours. Can't hear you.
I didn't say anything yet.
I was talking to.
But I did in the fire tornado, so
Yeah.
I feel like that's answer enough.
I was talking to Ray.
Yeah.
He was
I'm
starting to
sorry.
talk, but I couldn't hear him.
Um, Sienna, Sienna, do the freelance have a sense of justice, or is that per town?
It's usually dependent on the ruler, I think. What merchant lord's in charge.
In terms of legal system, uh, all that matters is if you violated a contract or not. So
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of,
if
you know.
if you so how the town legal systems work is people agree to a set of rules and laws, and they have a charter that they sign that they is them agreeing to those rules and laws. If you choose not to sign into any of those rules or laws, you're not protected by them, and anyone can do whatever the frick they want to you. If you are signed into them, you are subject to them, but you are also therefore protected by them. Outside of it, but as far as like an actual legal system per se, it really isn't. What the legal system is, um, whatever justice you decide to enact for yourself, unless it's an agreed upon contract. As far as dealing with violated contracts, that's for the Temple of Justice, which is located in Central City within the Freelance.
It's a very loose political justice system.
But there's something that these bandits would face.
Not unless there was a contract that was violated. No. However, I think I can persuade them to make better choices given the display of force from our imperial friend here.
They committed crimes against the Imperium. They deserve to face Imperial justice.
And are you going to move all of them to the Imperium because there's no laws
Yes.
here for that? Oh.
I happen to know a regiment that's heading directly there. Their wagon's in a cave. And that wagon needs to be pulled.
They, I agree. They, even though they are free men, they did willingly and of their own free will or decision attack a marked carrier.
And
Imperial or
murdered
not.
8. I count 4 bodies.
Carl, who's been kind of standing in the corner here this whole time, is just like, wait. You said you would help him get back and get away from. You killed the people who were causing the problems. The weird Marcus guy and the weird spiny lady. Before this, everything was okay before this. We never hurt anyone before this.
They were more of like unpaid mercenaries protecting the town and the rights of the town more so.
We I mean, more or less, yeah. Look, nothing weird showed up. Nothing weird was happening until those two showed up, and Hank they offered Hank ability for them to be able to get stronger, and then things just kind of got out of control in there, and then Hank started to object, and Marcus did something. He I don't know, made him
I was a
choke.
perfectly good and fine husband my entire life until I started drinking, and then 6 months later I strangled my wife and child in a bathtub. So I'm not guilty of murder because I used to be a good guy. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying there was.
Eight
Look, I
dead
get
Imperium
that what
citizens that need to be answered for. That's what it is.
these aren't Imperium citizens though. This is the
people you
freelance.
killed are. And through trade agreements with the Imperium and the owner of this area, we were allowed to travel without hassle. You violated that. And versus those same trade agreements, since you acted against Imperial citizens, you are subject to Imperial justice.
We didn't agree to any contracts.
But your
That's the whole
lord
point.
did.
We don't have a lord.
Buddy, one
We
more
don't
word and I'm gonna
answer to the
shoot you in the
merchant lords.
face.
That's the whole point.
All right, all right.
I am
No,
the
no.
I am the law here now.
No, there is no law here.
There is no law here.
I shoot him.
You okay? Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That's a crit.
Yeah.
Redirect it.
Yeah. Carlos is killed. Or not Carlos, Carl. Carlos is dead. You shoot him right in the chest.
I said I wanted him to re-roll it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and re-roll.
One second, I'm trying to find the button. I moved to the other part of my character sheet, now it's gone. There it is. $25.
Okay, that'll still hit. What's the damage output?
17.
17. Brings him down to 1 hit point. So yeah, you shoot him. It's in your
my prisoner.
Fuck the Imperium.
Captain, control yourself. This is conduct I have never seen out of an Imperium soldier, lord, or anything otherwise. Shooting an unarmed man for disagreeing with him.
Unarmed.
Carl doesn't have any weapons on him.
I said Carl's unarmed. He walked in here without any weapons with the intent of helping us.
I count 32 axes surrounding me. That's armed. Anything
And Carl's
over 3
wielding none of
considered
them.
deadly force.
Carl's wielding none of them, nor has he wielded a weapon the entire time he's been here.
And these men have all surrendered and laid down their arms.
And they're all prisoners of the Imperium for their crimes. And they will
this
face
one
the justice.
So you killed a prisoner who was simply disagreeing with your way of thinking and your dispensation of the law. He is allowed to argue his position, is he not?
Before a judge.
And so
if you're trying to show that the Imperium's
jury,
not
and executioner.
No, I'm an executioner. The mission has been executed.
If you're trying to show that the Imperium's different, you're doing a very piss-poor job of it. If you're trying to show that the Imperium's not
all you've shown is that
government.
the Freelands have no justice system. That's what you said. That the 8 men, women, and children they murdered get no justice because your local lord decides that they don't.
You killed the people that killed those men.
No, they're very much alive. Right back there. And he's going to point at the marshmallow men.
Yeah.
I didn't kill them because you asked me not to. I'm owed 4 lives for the Imperium. And after the 4 lives, the rest get to go to prison.
I was going to suggest before you went off and shot Carl in the face, since these
Okay.
are free men living in the free lands, and they committed a crime against the Imperium. What if these men were taken to T'Pol to face justice? It would
This
give
has
them.
nothing to do with T'Pol.
But we are not trade allies, are we not?
Neutral territory, okay.
It
Kind of
would
makes sense.
offer them the fairest trial possible. You could bring in prosecutors from the Imperium. They could bring in free men, be heard before an impartial judge, and justice, in its most fair form, would be heard. And if they are guilty of killing, they can be brought back to the Imperium to face their execution. It's the most fairest and honest way to get this done.
If the guy with the carriage wants to even press charges in the first place, considering it's not your men and it's not your war.
No, believe me, when I start fighting a war, you'll see something new.
So it is my recommendation that we take them, we figure out a way to transport them to T'Pol to face justice.
You can convince the man they committed the crime against of that. But as far as the agreements go, crimes against the Imperium are dealt with by the Imperium. And attacking a lord is almost an act of war.
They attacked me. They face crimes in T'Pol too. I demand justice there. If I'm going about your way of thinking.
He's just gonna smile and he goes, "Now that's clever."
Good job there. That was pretty smart. Slick.
So we believe we have come to a who gets justice first impasse.
I will not harm your prisoners, and you will not harm mine. Now, you all are very strong, and that carriage needs to be pulled to town.
They all kind of they all nod their head.
I put my pistol up.
Okay.
I do believe we should search the wreckage of the nice tent and then burn the rest.
All right. To speed things along, as you kind of search through the area, you find, well, from the large tent, there's a lot that got destroyed with the fireball blast and the fire tornado. Um, you were able to find bits and pieces of a few things here. You were able to find a promising looking axe, actually, a battle axe that looks quite interesting, as well as what appears to be a hilt to, looks like it's got a lion's head. Looks like it might be a sword, maybe from DePaul, or at least the hilt of it. Um, as well as a few bits of what looks like correspondence that seem to have survived.
Yeah, Theros is also trying to pick up all the silver he finds. Poor, I need to live
It's very melted at this point.
He'll pick it up.
You're gonna need to wait for it. You'll want to wait for it, give it some time to cool, and you'll be able to pull up like whatever mutilated bits of silver is left.
I have a standard of
Solid
living to
silver
maintain.
still counts. It's by weight.
Yeah, it's by weight.
I have a standard of living to maintain.
As far as everything from the cave, they start pulling materials out. A lot of the various things that you saw. Some of this, one of the building materials, you're actually able to find a sigil on it. Looks like it's for the Church of the Light. And you recall that the missionary that you had seen in town was building a church. And it's quite possible as you start thinking and start piecing it together, some of the tasks that were available at the smoothie bar You have a feeling probably all related back to here. There's a lot of food stuff in here that would be commonplace on a farm. The building materials, as they are able to start pulling out the iron carriage. It is a massive black iron carriage with what appears to be a seal on the side of it, a seal of a noble house. Um, but as was described, there is a very, very heavy duty lock on the back door of it. Very built in, very heavy duty mechanism. That doesn't looks like there's a couple scratch marks on it, but does not look like it's been breached.
I'm going to hop on Noble Argento, get picked up, and lead the way.
Okay. And unless there's anything else you guys wish to do,
I want to wrap the body of Marcus and bring it with me, and I'm hoping I can buy a scroll from a cleric.
okay. Um, as you get a closer look at him, go ahead and make a history check for me.
5, but my goal is to get the scroll of Speak with Dead from the cleric in town and talk to him with it, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, you look at him. There's still something really familiar about his face, even in this condition. But
He said a name that was interesting that I don't think I've ever heard of, but I mean, he pointed at me, said something kind of, on the right track, and then like a name, so I wanted to ask him more about that. And since he's more willing when he's dead.
Okay.
We're willing when he's.
But with that,
Can't say no if he's dead. He can say no. I'm not gonna tell you if he's alive.
with that, you guys return back to town with your crew of prisoners. Carl limping along on 1 hit point. Uh, but you guys complete the task. You return back to town, and we will do the rest of this when we come back to this in July. Uh, for that, now we are going to go ahead and close for tonight. As a reminder to anyone who's watching, I will not be GMing next week. Next week, our GM will be John, running us through a Dragonflight game for the next month. We got all our dragons all nice and prettily made up. We are definitely looking forward to it. But for now, that is everything. This has been Fables of Asraya. We have been the Collective Entertainment Network. If you liked what you saw, hit like and subscribe. And come join us next week as we take flight. With that said, have a good night.
Bye, guys.